And Friday me wa.
Sure.
Friday say am me pese you show no. I am more of, how do I say it? The phone book
interactive.
Yes, and I am me pese me foreign time na me the analysis no. It dealing with common issues. And they are easy to relate because earlier or China we were talking 4-4-2 way you can't too much in Tiana Friday be and I know say sports no obi etia eya in the pakono obetimi aka say oh ade area ampa I am more of your daily life and no more existence around us a link with sports now rich and me be kind with in Christian story otia it will touch you now the lesson in room and say a soon cry and you'll be amazed me your story no from any class I'm the no I almost cried. But material, rich, and my who said, yes, we are we own. H the BRBTBS. The story of Emmanuel Adebayo. And then go for the brain, but and I'll say it. He is one of the most richest footballers on the continent. Oh, Scapapa. One of the most richest. Nansiana oye interview Super Sports. Omo frère interview omo eta
bremo mesamo se se we omre na no nkron wa papa usima no enkron ene eye 1st November ya san asi bosome fufuro mu na chesen kakran Yankopon edien esan etwa afe 2025 enti happy new month edema yahwefo ne etiefo nyina yempa ne se November enye good month emfa maye nyina nyame enkoso am ho ban emfa yentwa aye this month na empo yensan wramu December na afi yentwa ne kama pa inshallah 4.5 yamama chiawie no ne adamase for choosing Nhyira passports. Na and then so you say, my ready. Yes, we are ready. I didn't somehow draw no at the bremo. A free a year agudemu and some already seated a garbage ram, Gabi the foreigner. When we every Saturday piano and the Costa Colabono, Omacabunese, Omadin Samno at the Abrenti and you ha Sanso and a garbage ram Gabi the foreigner and so at Tanasia. Omadi ever common in our fee. And then 79, of course, Omadi Abre, we are. Na aye weekend of football, Bismarck, Owusu Bempa Ayala, and Fifi Manfred. Na prankino, waba, and Obeche Simbi, give no more boy video or yet day, Obeche Mansana, and a gamer, Chelsea, Ebabono, and also what did I know, Atumti Fifi Manfred. And so Hamberton our Jumedino, so Richard Renier. Na the attendance I will join here live our YouTube Nhyira TV YouTube Nhyira TV okwa no subscribe dey amamuwia now do message no aka ho na yakenkan edi amount ye be preview no kama and so edi amamo from the Premier League you know and the attendance Burnley ababo Arsenal Nottingham Forest amatrefie no matwen my own Manchester United Tottenham Hotspur yami adoma 5:30 anwumre I'm in Chelsea and Ebobo Liverpool, Bobo Aston Villa. Na City Suno, Omo Abo Airborne Motani, Nani EPL games are ever so. After a classical, no, the attention Real Madrid and Valencia Nebo. Na Barcelona and Suetzrefi, Ache, Elche, Yako, and I say Italy Sua. The attention Napoli, Ebobo Como, Milan, ane Roma Hellas Verona enso ebebo aye intani nyina no ahonsem ha bidim sa yebewuram na afie di sa game ni nyina ahon komodi amamo Germany ese ba mu ni krobia ebisa sa hwan ana abe stop yo mo omo show bia nyame yadom mo ene Bayer Leverkusen ana ebebo in the Germany Bundesliga no of course French league no so no the tennis Paris Saint-Germain PSG so betena fi no mo abo aye Nisa any games na do account ni na no LIVESTREAM can be the foreigner and Andy Costa at the home community ebe daye na yate se Barcelona aguso dwena ho se Marcus for the father branch no oba obobo pa enti omobesa no eye permanent Anslot se obi an ne nka saka ho nkobo obi an kan cheso obesa ke no Sansana Hendrik arrente Real Madrid no sina kan is arrente no nya bi mo de etere se bia ono so in January obetimi adjourne Eliona and home community no ye de bedamo awo dwumadie no so na fe Ghana Premier League Monday 8 enra and the chance na a coach from Paul Manson Mayanga the first game of the Ama Nations oko all the way to Bechem akobo draw obi antimi anhye bi ho a nyame na on Sunday Kumasa Sante Kotoko after say omo exit Africa no omo ebo Karela ade Kumase Baba Yara Sports Stadium na has of focus so atwa team ye from say Baseke Holy Stars any games are kanina no and also ye dimun komo etimi edi amamo in Shabbat 4.5 we had the weekend edition of Nhyira Digital Passports and na yatenasi good evening some as if for yabo ansem na no dodo na ye di ebremu awo dwumadie no eso nebom jise LIVESTREAM Gabi the foreigner and Andy Costa Eddie Kwamani Eba. I got say good morning.
Good morning.
Now to say
Nyame adom or the name so
okay. Happy new month.
Yes, of course. But Nyame ne yeda na se yes, wa ma ye hu na da yin so.
Sure.
Enti empire ne ye boy se ne ya okaye ho bosomi etwam no. Bosomi so onfa yingu. Na
man to dey pa na da wakoma so.
Kwabra.
The pan of the
secret.
Okay. On bezo be kan.
Be a secret.
I think
I said win half.
Sure.
Beba. I know the secret.
Yeah, na say me gidi na yi kakra ye. Ya dwuma ha say.
Ya bi na o sai ka.
Yes, ya say teacher for dwuma.
Ade ye say secret wo su guso wo bi bi. Obaya anu akopa.
Yes, ye be gi aketua wo soro. Ni ya nko bi ye be da agi.
Eno ni asem no. Eno ni asem nti. Kwabra empire ne ye bo say ya be na enwa ye. Na ye empire bo so ya di ato na anim no.
Sure.
Obaya na e di amaye.
Okay. Na mo botorium.
Yeah.
Big game. Mbashe.
Oh, of course. I see a timisha.
I say mutimisha.
Yes, I see a timisha. Me kana say because say kwabra nka nya sema ye form na ye won. Nka match bi anu anka say Chelsea lose o. Kind of players are ye won. And the way you see boy a ball no. Any team will crash Chelsea because Premier League no open one of the teams are almost good squad are. Chelsea can.
Yeah.
And Yakobo game to my understanding any players on any quasi you lose game. How's the football? Sanity. I thought I'd be able to say the Liverpool for Tottenham Nanka sounds nonsense who intimate.
Okay.
What you say? And to the announce some count crowd and not as a at the night dentino. And they see a
Chelsea were landing. Chelsea some more landing. And I thought I'm so landing. The London derby.
Yeah, London derby.
And I'm going to be anxious Sunderland.
Oh, Kwabena Zambena.
Oh, me busa question you
make
I mean watch it him. I'm saying someone to be anxious Sunderland. But I'm sure Tottenham.
You better Tottenham. Oh, how to say.
Andy. Going to be anxious Sunderland. Also better Tottenham.
Football there.
I make say full of uncertainties behind yes
uncertainties asem but football and kasa mass ni
mo better about Tottenham
what's your better about Tottenham
better no more
Tottenham Premier League na yebo no so you Tottenham like Tottenham was spending asho mo kesi ansa na kula na West Ham United aba enti Chelsea ni Spurs dey ya na Nhyira nya match gidigidi bi asa o mbe press about I don't know the day be show
ati
asem na aba
e dey amande e beba
na nya asem na aba pa nka kwabena Manchester ni besi den abesi Chelsea ho atwetwe say Chelsea abo game wa win.
Agwano so Dania wabo. Dania finally. And Obama menim.
Be
Emwajo.
Judge Kobo matna medwam. And me kuno.
Emwajo.
O se dey me judge ban me trimo den no.
Ogwan.
Just for Aquano my prank in Dania finally. He's back. Then Obama menim ha.
Oh yes, I did we me wana nipa ba ko tie show nipa. Wasa Chelsea ni mami ntia ye bia no pai. Ana ebibisa am say na den fifi no kwan anam so nyame nim ni watu kwan and say bia BBS Kofi to na say okay na because the way Richard Osi kan na wadwane na then am say Kofi
finally
enti we dey me kono to kwan fama no ababa be kono to
that kobo matena si dey meye medwuma ti me enko amane nimra so
na what mu coach no
Amorim
what oh what is here dey bibi edin o what is it
team na pick you so Manchester ya bought 3 matches at what ni na say team na pick
yeah bo be 11 matches 12
we say na nan kai obi aye ne top 4 na anka manye United first am in second say na ne top 4 na team na a pick am me
grandma no time for the munche because boys
not them they say anything
mo dey helping boys mo dey Spurs in boys in Benue
because sa game no so na multi no game it is say
not them ye be show mo
gabi we no me show
not them they yan show mo kranya for
o me show Nottingham Forest
yan show mo kranya for
na mo next game against Tottenham Hotspur no
yeah man
say yeah
Chelsea class or ko Tottenham
no guy
are you ready?
Antamanante edi atumini anope yesin kunya nkrofa man so no yedi update no edi benti wudi anso obedwani ewo YouTube wuko YouTube no ye Nhyira TV now do comment na dia bible pem na yetima kenkan edi ama wanchecha hodo nyina so na dia chance Matis etoda enti mo ambeko fikesem nyina no pay yebebo etire kakra edi ama wanchecha hodo so na mamensa self from German Bundesliga na yeni nkoma kakra another game back na etoda ewo German Bundesliga Osberg Bobo Kono etina fema Borussia Dortmund ekobomo atena ba ko ekama say Borussia Dortmund form na ba Abranta dey say who grassy one onya the only goal edema Borussia Dortmund Bobo Kono and team anu ye game anu ada toda na ene matches eba so say ana esitie area no me no aba pounds mediasa and transfer for the Bobo Kono eba kwa to FC head and yemna fe wo mo game na tima twene wa bre kona na menso 5 and Werder Bremen edi SN RB Leipzig etena fe wo is to Gadbobo Kona Ebo and son of Borussia Mönchengladbach. Woboko to St. Pauli and also ye 230. Wabrekwana Union Berlin. Wobum and Faber game net training and son of Bayern and Munich Bobo Kono. Womo Anthony Bind of Oliver Coulson at the SNT and ye 530. Matesa Etotane, our German Bundesliga no atna 2 matches a pair and Eba so FC Cologne Betrefe, woman Hamburger SV and for Wolfsburg and so and it the Hoffian at the SNT and ye matches etoja our German Bundesliga and now pay ye ketre kakra and yamana Bayern Munich Boboko this season opa club umulusu game and Bayern Boboko 14 matches in a row and they're still counting ebeko 15 and league log no na LED with 24 points and them nyina come at the moment Borussia Dortmund and so ababenya 20 points in T Makato sa Dortmund form number womum our 20 points omo etosumi no RB Leipzig Boboko no etosumi and sa womum our 19 points. Now, when you're together, one toss na one so 18 points. Afe, by no fall of a course, one toss and no I was 17 points. Asana and top 4 for the Bobo corner. I toss with some more 13 points. Now, a banner a goal scorers now. Sishanum and Tinatono and Yamaya come a year pa at Yamomo. A branch the day at the Hurricane and Tinano over 12 goals. Lucano. Afe, when you're branch the dean at the Jonathan Bagdwick. I dare say, what do Suntrano and Yamakoya, the man in Tresia and the crowd Jonathan Bagdwick.
Egbert ana afe wanya aye Kan Huzan wono our 5 goals and so ha chasem na no yankoba kakwa etodo Christopher aye there's Bumgatna and so 5 goals ho and sana aye Slane and so 5 goals Lewis Yase 5 ho so Gurase wono so 5 goals and na Ansa and so aye 4 goals Michael Olise wono so 4 goals ne kwano enti anu ya dia etodo German Bundesliga na no pe no make a check aka ediama wa shisha wodo nyina so mame ntrema seme na fe menko itare Syria na uko Syria no so a in fact nyame anim nie ehwo aye de pa besan say matches upon matches sisi ani taboboko no etra say the possible best no eniama betimi akoye ediama me na ye 4 matches ana chase etotwa ewo shisha wodo so na uhwema nanom Thursday wo mi di kan bobo kakra Cagliari Calcio ene Sassuolo ene this year ni Sassuolo ete Cagliari Calcio ebom ntremie no mom etimu baako ansana Pisa etre from ni SS Lazio ensum eboziozu ene matches eto Janoginichi etre from ni Atalanta na ebo ansana Napoli wo mi Como Boboko no etimi de ese ni ntani ye big game esa se Como for no sisi no Sans Fabregas ne side no enkodani dia grobo pa Cremonese wo beti na fie wo mi Juve na ebo etre the matches do na betwende yebenya Haras Voronya wo mum early kick off 11:30 anom so any Inter edise ne Fiorentina enso any Lecce ebo ansana yenya Torino wo mum enso ne Pisa ebekwa ko Roma ansana ene yaba benya Parma Calcio wo mum Bologna ana ebo AC Milan enso ene AS Roma entano so game back kwa enya samkoto akra Monday Night Football yebenya Sassuolo any Genoa na yenya Lazio wo mum enso ene Cagliari game na tima twene no ye reporter eto dawo ichara Syria no pay ye kete dem makato say Napoli jana so Napoli our 21 points wo mum anso LED AS Roma etosumi no wo bo 21 points and na yenya Inter wo mum som awo 18 points wo bo tosumi ensa enan no AS Milan wo bo 18 points asa na yenya Como anso 16 points wo mo tosu no insia no Bologna bobo ko Juve wo mo toso enso and disababa pen and community awo ichara Syria hakata Hanoglo nano damba bekato sa brantano and the leading tinato no there's 5 goals and the equano Ricardo Oslani and so 5 goals and sana Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa and so 4 goals Christian Pulisic and some 4 goals Ubenya Federico Benazzoli one and so 4 goals Nico Pass 4 goals Calvin Gibrana and so 4 goals no dia etota ichara Syria nanano peno make a check aka ediama wansi shahodo so na mame La Liga quick one na minni ko bakaka efese no da hatefe boboko no womnsum ebo game ama wa brekwa na teso mo hese niema ebetuma ko ediama mo chi Jeruna ebo mo ntena me no ma Jeruna enso etimu ayabako ene matches aka ni nanom trende awanti shawodo so ubenya Villarreal womani Rayo Vallecano na edisiene Sevilla ebeko Wanda Metropolitano nafe womum asuni Atletico Madrid game no etima trende Real Sociedad womu ani Atletico Bilbao na ebo Valencia ebeko Santiago Bernabeu womani Madrid game no subetima trende etena da matches trende no Levante womu tenafe womum ani Adiasa Celta Vigo na edisiene yebenya Deportivo Alaves womu so ani Espanyol Barcelona and the Serie A abakwa kotoa Barca for fie na fe Real Betis atnafie atwen Real Mallorca afe Monday Night Football ebenya Real Oviedo womni Osasuna and this year this is league log in Madrid and they lead 27 points and they come 22 points you know ekla Barcelona motosumi ene mensa aya Villarreal womu 20 points and afe 9 aya Atletico Madrid womu 19 points na fe wenya Espanyol Barcelona womu sum 18 points and yan komaka kwanso etota aya La Liga man pay yakete kakra adiama entina 20 answers is here no eniama ekoye kama pa yakato sir one of the few players since entina 20 eniama ekoye adimomo ayes Marcus Rashford watani Ivan Barcelona boboko no eniama nyina ayakama adiama batanta 20 onim set time ohodia enya dia ni di na betwende killing Mbappe Lotin 11 goals and the crown and sana wenya eta young sakoda wosi academy Levante clubs do na Abrante
channel. One our says goes and son of Julian Alvarez and so says goes Wubenya Aya Vidat Aya Muruki. One of 5 goals of Vinicius Junior. Our 5 goals and son of Benya Ando Silva. Now Wabanya Aya Boja Mayora Wubenya Brantanidim and so the Ferran Torres Wobina and so Bonta to Miss Anemena Aya Kama at the moment. No reporter at our Aya Spanish BB Viampato and answer La Liga at Sanano Penny Ketri at Yamao.
Okay, young free Spain na young Toaso El France. Na Mamma Phantom himself a matches a weekend where Abaso El French Legan Mono. Dear tennis and next Saturday and a matches no Ashas here. Na Mamma Phantom himself about 4 o'clock PM. Your defending champions from Paris Saint-Germain. One better if you all pack the Prince. One any OGC needs an elbow. And watch Monaco team our style with the second. About 6 o'clock PM. Omo newly promoted side. You're from Paris FC. Now for 5 PM. Or Zel at our study Abbe Deschamps. One any Olympic Marcel Anebo. Yankupoya Gma Ochina Sunday. About 2 o'clock PM. Rene. Our Razon Park. Omani Strasbourg Ebebo. Now for Ochina 4:15 PM. Your 4 games are Ebasu our French Leganum. Now Lens at Nefi our star Benoit de Lales. Woman team from Saint Laurent. And watch Lee our star Piero Mori. Woman Angers Anebo. Not ever Nefi our star de Labijo. Woman team from Saint Met. Now for Toulouse at Nefi. Now Omanel half game Abaso. Afenyamia Gma Ochina 7:45 PM. Brest our star Francis Lebel. Woman Olympic Lyon Anebo. Now after match week 10 our French Leganum. A defending champions from Paris Saint-Germain. Woman Dika Omo 21 points. And watch Monaco Atosumeno. Woman our 20 points. Your Olympic Marcel Omotosumiensa. Woman our 19 points. After Strasbourg Atosunai. Woman 19 points. And after Olympic Lyon. Woman Tosu Enuma almost 19 points. Now the attendance Mia Bate top scorer. France. Oko French Leganma. Strasbourg almost strike and friend Joaquin Panicelli. And a Dika was 9 goals. And watch Mason Greenwood Eboma Olympic Marcel was 7 goals. After Stefan and I say Sofian Diop as 6 goals. Your Estepan Lapo Wane Pavel Solic and after Ilan Cabell. Women as 5 goals. After Ansu Fati. One also as 5 goals. Your Bradley Bakola and after Frank Magri. Women also as 4 goals a pizza. And I'm a pioneer update. MT for you El show so live on Nhyira 104.5 FM. After Yefri France na Yan Twazu England. Now the attendance over Premier League Grima. Nyamia Duma weekend where matches in Aibaso. Now and next Saturday about 3 o'clock PM. Your best 4 games are Aibaso. And as 5 games rather Aibaso. Our Premier League Grim. Now Brighton and Hove Albion. One Metrefi our American Express Community Stadium. One any Leeds United enable. And watch Burnley our Turf Moor. One any the Gunners Arsenal enable. Now Arsenal our form pa. Unimsa this season. Arsenal team no one about 14 games. Now 14 games are Arsenal abono. Woman renema kuma ko 12. Woman draw 1 and Omalusu 1. Now Obeka the only game at Arsenal this season. Woman lusu na a mark the 3 Premier League 31st August and Omulusu away. And my team you're from say Liverpool Anfield. Even seen the team from say Arsenal. Woman best 12 games Arsenal rene makuma ko 11 Oma draw back up. A chance omo form pa ne mo manager no a GDA pass a game also mo bono. And no makoye and my team from say Arsenal. Na yabusa Mikel Arteta say and you be and say the Arsenal esibo game no. Arsenal every time the Premier League and the Siomana Swana. Na yente the Gunners Arsenal on manager Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, well, we have to focus on the journey and what we have to do every single day. Fixing the outcome, of course, we want to win it, and the preparation is towards that. Great. And now you have set all the protocols, processes, ambitions, everything, but now you have to focus on what you have to do. If not, you get distracted with the rest, and I don't want any of that in and around the team. Because at the end, you learn that the margins at the end to achieve it or not are multiple. It can be other injuries, it can be other...
Okay, until we are the league leaders, Arsenal, the Gunners, and our manager, Francis Mikel Arteta, Morten and Cancer or Casano. Now, my man from Tuman himself, Okosa Wasparka, your Crystal Palace team of your Omni Brentford and Elbow, and what you Fulham ever turn for your Craven Cottage, Wombo Vampton Wanderers, now for Nottingham Forest, our City Ground Stadium, any Manchester United game Abaso. Now, the Red Devils of Manchester United manager, Francis Ruben Amorim, Akasa. Now, Amorim, also, I say, team from say United. The last 3 games are Amabon, a Chelsea United team no. I shall say from to my pa Edifra. Now yet United manager first Ruben Amorim ahead of Nyamia Duma and they came Amokwa away El City Ground Stadium. Eddie Nottingham Forest and United manager Ekasai.
I watched the last game, was one of the first ones here that we won, and we were so lucky in that game. You look at the result, was not that result. It should not be that result. And I watch against Porto, and I watch against Bournemouth. The style of play is similar, different characteristics. I watched one game that we did in pre-season with Sporting, so to try to understand how he played in that game. And it's similar. He can change some characteristics of the players, and then with the talent that they have, especially with Gibbs White, Odoi, very good players. So we need to be prepared for the...
Okay, the Red Devils of Manchester United manager fans say Ruben Amorim and our tenant Kana Amorim say ever since manager fans Siam Dyke Ebayan and no man shall answer sign. I will not turn for the almost bonus and on Bobono. Now more very good players at say Morgan Gibbs White and our Arantia fans say Kalimos no Doya Bono, woman in Bona, Omoni Tima from support to Washabi, and no more Koya Animal team from Nottingham Forest. A Chester Study and Kofosi who came to say a buyer for Animal Manchester United, no, and yes, sir, and Ebesia could come a bad thing, and no, I am manager first, Ruben Amorim, and at the San Sam Atuja, now they're testing a me out and about 5:30 p.m. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, your Tottenham Hotspur team, Omutenafi, Wom and Chelsea, and Ebo. Now I a big game, Jeremy second say a Gerard Gillette, one and a Santa referee, and watch video assistant referee, Equanima Creposin, now for assistant video, assistant referee, Andrew Holmes, it will a match officials, Yamia do an enemy, Womokwakodi Tottenham Hotspur, and of a Chelsea gamer, Eba so now the Texas Spurs, one manager, Thomas Frank, now under Thomas Frank press conference at Ebasono, manager say, oh, you'll be a Osha Tottenham Hotspurs, and Aston Villa game Bia, they are team from the Spurs, we see started the first 20 minutes, now I'm pressing team from Aston Villa, I show 2 goals, no, Yamia do an enemy, son on Bay, and you're messing back, woman pressing Chelsea for a year aggressively, Gentle manager first Thomas Frank.
I think it's about being positive and believe that we can do something. Then I know there's some teams that are more difficult than others, but it's the same approach every single time. So I'm very optimistic. I'm big belief that we'll go out and have a big performance tonight. I haven't seen our games against Villa. I think, for example, we were very aggressive, running forward, pressing forward. So I think we've done that in every single game. So that will not change. Been a situation where we had to defend deep, yes, because you're
okay, Tottenham Hotspur's manager fans say Thomas Frank and our team manager say on Casana. The team say the opposite number. The Blues of Chelsea manager, your friend say Enzo Maresca. Now Maresca and so Casana. What the Chelsea manager no and run the pre-match press conference at Ebasono. Manager ne Kasai pa. We are Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca.
But Tottenham, I think they are doing very good. They finished last season winning the Europa League. They start very good this season, and also because it's a derby, for sure will be a difficult game. As I said many times, I like to learn, I like to evolve. In this moment, I think we are trying everything to avoid this kind of situation, and hopefully we can learn.
Okay, Enzo Maresca na Tottenham Kana Maresca say team from Tottenham Hotspurs. We a very good team na last season over Kiamo energy UEFA Europa League no any free team. You from Manchester United and Zema. E ko wi ase na sa kola nyina akobam. Na we say you for to obi anim say records say team you from Chelsea Edino. We say Edino mo pa egu akomogidi e pan say also Chelsea team no. We musuan dey say there be some mistakes o mo ye no. Enko some mistake and and from Matima, you're from Chelsea, and all a manager from Enzo Maresca, and at the Sansan Atuka. Now, Yamia do watching Sunday. Your 2 games are ever so Premier League. Now, West Ham United, Everton, our London Olympic Stadium, 2:00 p.m. Woman Newcastle United, and Ebo, and watch the Sky Blues of Manchester City, watching about 4:30 p.m. ETS Stadium. Woman any team from Bournemouth, and Ebo. Now, the Sky Blues of Man City, one manager, Joseph Pep Guardiola. Now, Guardiola Akasa. One team from Bournemouth and Ebo. Now, only said the last 6 games, a team from Bournemouth. Womakwa away, ETS Stadium, Ninano, team from Manchester City, Eshomo. Now, Yentia City, one boss, Pep Guardiola.
Question for Iraola, but it's not. So it's not. I would say just 9 games, but it's not just games. It's games plus previous season and previous season. It's a consistent team and fantastic team, manager, players. So tough opponent.
Okay, and no, I Pep Guardiola and our team can say, what as a team from say Bournemouth no, one a tough opponent, and no, a Joseph Pep Guardiola, and Yami Aduma Monday Night Football, and Basu Premier League, na Yami Aduma, the 10th Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. our Stadium of Lighter, your newly promoted side from Sunderland, one at Teffi, Omni Everton, and Ebo. Now the 10th after match week 9, our Premier League, no, the Gunners, Arsenal, and the Decay. Now Arsenal team out 22 points, and what you Bournemouth at Tosumiano, 18 points, Tottenham Hotspurs at Tosumiansa, 17 points, Sunderland at Tosuna almost 17, and after the Sky Blues of Man City, Tosu Enuma almost 16 points. Now the attempts top scoring chart our Premier League Alan Haran, one in the Dika Osinaka Edma Tima, from Man City was 11 goals, and watching Antoine Semenyo 6, I got Thiago Asher 6, Danny Welbeck, and after Gian Felipe Mateta, women in Asher 5 goals apiece, after Brian Mbuemo, Eli Junior Krupi, Jaden Anthony, and a Wilson Isidore. Woman in Asher 4 goals apiece, and on a penny update, Emma Tiofo in El Shonoso.
Well, okay, so now I am trusting our fee, young fan 70B, and fan now, my cat was you saw here live, YouTube handle, and to call YouTube, Ensure TV now fame, won't so wet me to comment today, the Abaneda, Yakin Kanka Kadiama, watch his shower also now. May some of Sena Fe, Marco Pola Billy Poba, a Katiakodin Komakaka, Obakea, Yakato says, Brantana Penny, AS Mena Kobobo Kono, none of that yet is Brantana Kakopra. Now, another, Yasi, Womo, a train, Womo, a and a Brantano, Wako, Aqua Twisted, a ne uncle. Amatesem, the problem about, but Yasi Nadia say, a yadia, a was to be by next week in our Branta, the Popo Babe, okay. Now, for wait to make your kind, Edema AS Mena Kobobo Kono, reporter. If you Popo Bakate Eba, I will a Jumadia so, na stone our France one, and Komaka met him as a mad player. Nidia de Andrexiano, Yasi Team Saudo P. Epeno, Ama Oko, a Olympic clan Bobokona, Yasi Omedin Komo, so Metimania Brantedum, and you record and by January. Women alone deal Edema Brantena, and commit me Abway Pa, already Madika Babakatos, work up Babatota, our USA, Canada, and Afe Mexico, Yasa Brantena and Adrian Secrobiaso, and say or join the Celestials of Brazil. Nothing so no more work up no, and Tim say Ekobasa Madrid, and say that's Enusunadia, and say when you do be na Okobo, and by January Branteno, Conclobiaso says, see on the back of the obey me, I join the club for now, and on a team and the Olympic Leon, Eguso Mudin Comasombe, na Omenia Brantena, and Nada, Opinion the Paulo Fasanka, one head coach at the Olympic Leon Bokono, Oko interview, Aman Central Kobisa, so Yatete, Sat Mokako for Andre Cardinaba, na Andre Kituno, San and Community, Opinion as my kaka, and also Meankasa, the Yamian, Mentanka player, on Yam player once him, na Emom Sande Kasam Namoka, Nasa Leona Sam Namoka, oh, Salion, the big players, so Yepe players, so minimum portable, and this Akodana Moka, when you born a bon quadia, Danchan be in Yana and Kaya Peppa, Emom, dear, and Yada Sameka will be player home, and so as a mania reporter, Paulo Fasenka, at the Eba, I would media so now, pen make Kaka, Adiama was a shower also, not me could do for Kodin Kobakaka, me called you for a reporter, if you twin Eddie Eba, sir, a branch of the other Marco Verate, yes, sir, intermediate recipe, agent Taudo P, Echo Juve Ho, Echo so in fact, a branchano, Bono or Yoke, so na Kakra with mu, and Takebe and Kamuma branchano, Emma no member Saka and Fa, Emma Juve Bobokono, reporter means Saka, Juve for Adiomonsum, I say, or mobile home project no more, a branchano in the condition, even the physical fitness, okay, so Betimabo Juve, and offense economic valuations, say almost a no more has in fact, a branch and a bar, a betimi abom economically, and I a reporter, and also F. Juve, Marco Verata Kate, at the Eba, I would Jumedia so now pay, make a check a car at the Amana, Rubina Moimna, and Central Focobisa, so pay, mood in it to send us, oh, mood as a mubisa, the mood was it mood in your papa, a great feelings, Anna Echo, at the Manchester United, Namiani was all back on the press at the Bureau, was a press at the Bureau partner, since almost I win a trust me and said, oh, Manchester Berry, as a Manchester to me win, no, and it only press and also better, Manchester better, the possible best to say, woman so bet to me, I win a match simple, a game, a domain, woman, sir, not enough for us, no point, better, woman say game very difficult, but Quancrobia so a
etiminya win enum reporter Ruben Amorim edi eba ewo dwumadi so na no pay make a check akam edi ama Lamine Yamal Barcelona player no me baba ka to sa brante ni plan o mugu so a wo mu hwe na no ade ho se bia brante no kwa koye surgery anase bia de na natural one no mo be hwe se bia brante no ho anso betimi atokwa bana reporter mesaka se yase no ada Lamine Yamal ba training no obeka champion for say sa groin injury no one said anti pains bia from there bia enti me say oya you okay wo gidie say after a classic man for Barcelona say no anya 100% fit I went to Mambo Barcelona no she said there one no akasa ba bekase so on Philippines bia there enya me say akoda ne eya you okay na nyame anim no mo hwe ni ye gwabna players o mo ye ball be say ya so obakodo obi abebobi go say enya unya yo so me okay and so ko dinama na tese problem so no akwa no so kaka ne na anso tenu ha me beka on the contract won some edit tremo and no da ko press conference na central for eti ni bi sense sisi no oha Liverpool pay for the tanachi na and so ono ankasa de nipo tani ni din komo e Liverpool pa no e opanya ni din ade rich use ono ano ne kasa pa e mo pay for aka de once in a while na woni omo so etime din komo na enkomodi a woni once in a while for edi ana for opanya ni de rich use edi ni de kwabna wo hemu din de omo ne na adwen ye pe empefo no e back no wo mo nyoma adwen so omo pam no afa project na ekwa no wo mo wodidie se wono so ebetima bo Liverpool boboko no ento ye Liverpool de na aye wa adwen se bia ansot ye be pam na opanyin na kasa anete so ni empefo din koma no wo mo so any sign se bia omunya no be pam no eno so update kakra ne ana ye kwa kwa se wo mo player wo mo kofo ne by Alexander Isak no se na si kwa se sa player yi wo be Premier League no players o manya big chances o ma said no time na din kan o wo ba Liverpool no record o de buy no yes big chances creation na ya dia ma players say akwa be say me mpo wo mo fantum na akwa we mako nan kwa bana yes man ni nan ni nyina wo hwanya me anim aboni nyina to atwene enti ya ba big chances creation for any player say wo betima ma na ye gua time na din kan enti na no so ehun komo kakra ni e toja e wo dwumade so a ena no pe make che e dia ma ni na eno da golden boot award na toja on say golden boot award ne ye wo ka men Europe ni nyina eboma player ni goals adoso pa no such players no na aya ye yi ba ko na ja ya man golden boot award etesampa ayi season na ye boy no wo ana wontina to ne ye pa na Kylian Mbappe lo ten wono ana chese ne ntina to enso eye enteno ada chairman eja award na eno ankwa na nya award Kylian Mbappe eje atese ne ye golden boot award nkwa once La Liga player of the month na ko edema Ballon d'Or player of the month no so no akwa the chairman to me say captain Kylian Mbappe form no bibia ye edema brante no na ano na reporter mensaka say no other mad players ni nyina kobo chenku ewa award na say nipa ba ko pe and yes so no went man ko na ye dan kama happy and yes went man ko and ya ma mo hwe screen so no entertainment ni nyina aval karas ni nyina ekoye nkoda ni nyina ekoye na this is yaso ka player pa ne form ya Mbappe no ntimi nyini film 13 matches 16 goals ne kwa no 2 assists afa abane dribbles na they were complete no anya dribbles awa nyina no nemom dribbles awa twa were complete and ya mako 35 afa so chances created no aye 43 eba aye man of the matter and say no watim aye there's enwote and afa 2 times aye Madrid aye player of the month and aye 2 times La Liga player of the month UEFA aye player of the week and so ade bako and this season with Mr. Kylian Mbappe lo ten form no eguso no so eko edema na eno na no ada Fiorentino Perez and so ekasai.
Okay, nti yanto so na yemfa stories ni bi emetefo nyina e show no so live on Nhyira 104.5 FM na de tense yeba Fiorentino president so nemom de tense Andra Kylian Mbappe ne papa ebai na Wilfred Mbappe oba Nhyira TV YouTuber de wo hwe Kylian Mbappe one ne papa na Andra omutwa picture kama nemom Andra ne mama ye first Faisal Lamari watimama papa ne nko ana bai ti Andra wona ne ban ekabom ema ceremony e course e Santiago Bernabeu no bibia akọ kama ama edema brantia fans Kylian Mbappe na Fiorentino Perez Real Madrid woman president Andra after say brantia fans Kylian Mbappe were receiving the golden boot shoe no what the ensemble etu Ghana Fiorentino Perez brantia fans Kylian Mbappe abaso now say Mbappe abono money pa last season and money ma boy 44 goals in all competition now was 31 goals in 34 matches La Liga no eno aboa ema eneye ceremony edema brantia fans Kylian Mbappe na according to Fiorentino Perez was a golden boot neje ena form a difficult year pa enti oba brantia je fans Kylian Mbappe abaso na Mbappe no wabe 4 player in the history of team ye from Real Madrid na chese Real Madrid abako sem no wabe 4 player waje European golden boot ediasini na so na first Real Madrid player we been Mexico woman legend na friend Hugo Sanchez 1989-1990 season what the 38 goals energy and watch Cristiano Ronaldo 2010-2011 season what the 40 goals AJ Cristiano Ronaldo 2013-2014 season what the 31 goals AJ Cristiano Ronaldo 2014-2015 season what the 48 goals AJ Karim Benzema the 2021-2022 season what the 27 goals AJ and I say Kylian Mbappe abatosunaya one also added 31 goals AJ European golden boot and you see national payno zero one some MT for you show no so na Andra after say Kylian Mbappe were receiving award on Okasai na Mbappe say onu so nyina no na adeba kwade na kuma so pass obobo be she goals na waji golden boot edesi na so enti ade na kuma so na abam no na Kylian Mbappe say yefa to obianum say wono adeba kwa ehia ne pa collective achievement na made na obai no wa masa obaji individual awards the all chenim say madu team no ebetima age Spanish La Liga na for omde UEFA Champions League aka ho eno be satisfied eno aya brantia je feel say Kylian Mbappe and Andro the Sansan atuja and which Andro Ibusa Mbappe say this season was set goal limit e dey ma ho ana Mbappe say yemfa to obianum say ono wanya san danemum de obetima kan say goals no de go be share edema team from say Real Madrid say Madrid ball game na omo weni a and ope enye say ono Kylian Mbappe go be share goal anama team from say Real Madrid elusu no eno enye no na ope eno aya brantia for say Kylian Mbappe Andro sem kakra ode tuja na on say Mbappe eba Real Madrid on say do na e kan say abrantia for say Cristiano Ronaldo and wabɛhyɛ na nan ɛwɔ team from say Real Madrid na according to Kylian Mbappe was here for two of them say shoes abrantia for say Cristiano Ronaldo eja to ono Kylian Mbappe was enye na obe creating own path ɛwɔ team from say Real Madrid na oba Real Madrid oka omo legends na abrantia for say Cristiano Ronaldo ene di kan according to Kylian Mbappe eti what team fan want to no esan say abrantia for say Mbappe one oba 1 year and am say 1.5 year krani and of around for say Cristiano Ronaldo was spending best 9 years at Real Madrid eti what they want to Ronaldo enye eno abrantia for say Kylian Mbappe na Mbappe say different between Paris Saint-Germain and of Real Madrid is simple na they tell say Real Madrid the best club we say and of a team from say Paris Saint-Germain we are one of the best club na say what difference no Real Madrid at that slow enemum team from say Paris Saint-Germain among the best and no abrantia for say Kylian Mbappe and at this answer to Andra na mame for to nim se nyame atuma Madrid team ene wo bo e ofie e de team from say Valencia na Xabi Alonso manager e team from say Real Madrid na 23 man squad and manager ade ko Andra unim 23 man squad ade ba goalkeepers of a three wo for Thibaut Courtois no chi Frank Gonzalez Sergio Mestre defenders abrantia for say Eder Militao afa Trent Alexander-Arnold yo abrantia for say Raul Asensio Alvaro Carreras Frank Garcia for Ferland Mendy Jordan Hoysen midfielders Jude Bellingham Eduardo Camavinga Federico Valverde Aurelien Tchouameni Ada Gule afa Dani Ceballos and afa attackers Vini Jr. wafa Endrick Kylian Mbappe Rodrigo Goes afa Gonzalo Garcia Brahim Diaz and a Franco Mastantuano Tiwei 23 months kwa nyame aduma enawie Madrid team adebo edete Valencia Santiago Bernabeu na yeka matches nsem no mame fanto nim se enanumre Tottenham Hotspur Stadium your Chelsea team na omokwa away wo so ene Tottenham Hotspur enable na unim se the last 11 games team and as a 14 rather Tima you from say Tottenham Hotspur Asia Tima you from say Chelsea already makuma ko 11 Chelsea team no omusia Spurs e na omonsa da omuso ye panti wo ba Insha TV and as Insha TV on YouTuber je wo hwe Chelsea dominance or Tima you from say Tottenham Hotspur so Chelsea team say ekosi ya de say nanumre no eno ma be sha say asa fa e ma Tima you from say Chelsea na oba Africa you nim say nyame ya Tuma e January e na am say AFCON eba so na AFCON Ghana unqualified name still eba so Morocco na de me say kan say yes your countries ni bia omo outside Africa wo mo to take it ne pa na so far countries are omo outside Africa wo mo to more take it AFCON jumadia enche na eba so Morocco France ene dikan na woni say France team take it in kwano wo mo to 109,237 and watch Belgium 7,046 your Netherlands omo to so miensa 5,958 after United Kingdom UK woman toso 9 or what 5,127 after Canada tosunum 3,849 after Germany toso insia 3,056 after Switzerland etosunsun or what 1,714 United States of America etosu enwoche or what 1,200 or what 1,245 and after Spain etosu 9 or what 1,193 and after Italy women etosu edu or what 970 just outside Africa no enkofoni je AFCON jumadia enchena eba so Morocco na mame fatu onim se ene a team from Juventus womanya 128 years na Juve abo braye pa unim se Juve se anka wo de 2005 and after 2006 Scudetto no eka ho anka omaji 38 nemo obeka 2005 2006 season in fact 2004 2005 and after 2005 2006 obeka omuna G Serie A edisi omuna so nemo Calciopoli eba so where the biggest scandal our Italian football history ema yestrepe Juve omu 2 trophies edifu omu 70 make say Juve team no womaji 36 Serie A and what you Coppa Italia Magi 15 Super Coppa Italiana Gumaji 9 Europa League team from say Juventus Aja 3 Champions League 2 UEFA Super Cup Omaji 2 Intercontinental Cup Omaji 2 and of UEFA Cup Winners' Cup and also Omaji 1 happy birthday Eko Edema Juventus team no now also Juventus ya 21st November 1897 now just 128 years and a team from say Juve wom anyanti and uko Juve wom celebrity na mame fatu am say Juve team no wom ya adwuma ye pa on say Juve wom anya new manager Luciano Spalletti na manager na ba nyame ya adwuma ene obo the first game na Juve team kwa we was Stadio Giovanni Zini wom ene Cremonense enebo manager for say Luciano Spalletti actually mu say the first game obenya first win and the Bianconeri of Juventus na andro manager ne train eba so Continenza Juve omu 20 grounds jeme me say kan say andro manager ne ba obi anya ne hwe na wo muna ne buafu esan say wogidi e pass Juve team na eda onye nkwankwa team na Juve team bo be say 5 games na omu nwini bi eba sa oba Continenza esese osre e wo say umuna na place mu say woni abre so pass uya adwuma no eti andro train eba so no jeme me say kan say manager na say every detail bia no go for the serious na yese grasa andro omu ye training no wo chechem into zones na zones a manager for say Luciano Spalletti chechem no zone bia no grass no wo mu ntwan pepepe ebi wo soro kakra ebi e ho ne ho ebi wo fom pa ebi so e wo soro pa manager ne gidie pass ensese ball no wo mu bona se ball e travel e de fofom a etimi ko se de ba bia e betia ko e wo se ebi eduru ase a na ayese eduru na ayese nti manager for say Luciano Spalletti wasase aye adwuma e o Juve na Kylian Mbappe wo ya hwima na Mbappe unim say we the only player wo football ma waji golden boot our Champions League World Cup and of European leagues obia enya bi da e wo wiase eno ya branch for say Kylian Mbappe after Marcus Rashford a Manchester United player go bon loan at my team from say FC Barcelona na boy ni kwani mo so ni pa de me say kan and say okọ Barcelona no pay and penifoni GDA passes at 35 million euros a closer a sharp branch for say Marcus Rashford a contract mo no wo mo activate enya hwe esa say boy no wo buy obobo pa ne mo Barca phone GD person sika na wagino e was soro nti se oteswa wo metimi assign amana ye na o say on person man long term contract until June 2030 and o ma branch here your friend say Marcus Rashford and wachi manika ka twese salary no wo say on teso and afei wo man guarantee stability and of a greater long term returns na chese am say animanimu ya de wo matete so na mum okunanim no sika ni bi ba be kan adama branch for say Marcus Rashford and no pay they won say matefo nyina e o show no so na yenye na uko Inter Milan na make pam say best 3 days ago and a Gabi Tram ebe story edema say Inter wo second goalkeeper for say Joseph Martinez what the car akubobi na car na odi kubobi ne say na nipakron etihwiche mu na de me say kan say on say nka basa psychologically eno ma enhira enkoemanti obetrefia kan nemom Andra El Apiano Gentili ho ena tima je from say Inter Milan omoyam training yenkora Joseph Martinez ena ebe wo baya wo say obe training esan say wono kana odi bon wo say odi bo 81-year-old man no amena wudi nemom wan sheda wo say o twam no ena me say opinion no what hwichem na electric one nti oyi ni sa no ena bebo no nemom de me say kan say okọ Milana investigation egusu ekoso omo say omo hwehwem eno achom so be autopsy ahwe ewuo anase adepotia ekun sa opinion na no opinion de wonsem ematifo nyina e show no so live on Nhyira 104.5 FM Richardo.
Okay, Gabi the foreigner and Costa and Namasi no pay na yentu adwumadi no so emfa emma eye atifo ene enso anope ba sa brand or the born no gina ho de
onyina utwam koi
oh me de anya de alezo de cabo bia gina ho na he
no etimi ko ba se e bia ho a crowded area ndi agura boys in be femu
no me ti ase e o se o ba bi o asabi o de cabo bia ngina
ma we ndi no so
aba o de born we na wa nyina no wa ko report ho o police wo ka to me de cabo bi no solve problem no but so we call the anase any down so
ma we the situation ni ko ne on sheda nya punishment biasa
mate ndi yenya mo na edu aya kan wasem ti yedamase ano pay ene ensema de afri amane ne abrain akase abejafo Fifi Manfred and Bismarck Owusu Bempa Yala ebe come on ye preview of games are ever so this weekend and then I saying ewra bosome foforo kra mu 1st November happy new man to viewers and your listeners na and anopaying. All right, Fifi Manfred Kofi Mayeska. Hey man, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to say
I'm your partner also.
I'm Adam. I'm Gusu Shami. Granny, you are back. The catch was a Kofi, you can run. Some catch it.
Granny going.
Me catch it say you can run. But we are day.
I didn't run.
Oh my.
But what did I run to? I didn't run. I didn't run. Me didn't need to know to radio so can say me Granny.
Uni me di.
Uni re.
Me be nya judge bi near friend Jat Kobo.
Nti we Jat Kobo.
Ni 3 more daytime. Me ma sa akwa aba no. So go aba.
Now what's me Granny?
Chance lose to Sunderland as a kai. Me kwa okodio me nkwaduma.
Nti na why telling me?
Na kwa me gina me so.
Nti enen.
Go you are back.
But what's the one person my back as well?
Say
you are telling me that you didn't.
Yeah, LPM so ha. And I'm who's going to gate here.
I don't credit. To me, what's me?
And I'm catching it. Now, what do you know? There, friend on the time or so. Nandy, I trouble where you say, me, who quite me that. Who says I was walk?
I don't know to me, guys. If you're Janico, it's me by
me. I best start to Medino. Me by me from Monday and then Obedima. Uchu mini betini epe obechichi me kwa am want me Manchester Sunderland. Uya no obedi na nkomo no. E say won ye de. Never say Sunderland yi ade.
Sunderland. Oh so mo share.
Oh.
Say mistake. Well, mo share Chelsea. Oh. But some team na fa.
I pick it.
Because from David Safa. Boys in Nyazi United afa.
Say form na e woman dey.
Major League no ana.
Ya anje e beto so second.
Maybe second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Liverpool nkoyi. City nkoyi. Chelsea crowd yenka ho asem.
Yeah.
So what you say?
It's a more form.
So already the traditional six or whatever they am say any Arsenal.
I say back to traditional.
She say traditional six we are back. And we Arsenal form pa. The second team of form pa no is Manchester United. And yeah, and
you are weekend about when you first down to me next year you are okay. Oh, you are happy that the weekend is coming. Okay. Your best story be a jugu be ma. Ebo jugu ba ba be na.
On after Sunday na udane ave no aba.
Oh, really?
Me catch you say Kofi udane said den. O be fia ha.
Obi anim say me nwane da. E dey na me dwane.
Na Tottenham me be fa.
You dey do why we dis uncle.
Na te.
Bibi no me dwane.
Okay.
Na bibi na dey me call be.
Okay.
Okay.
Na ogwa na uti me.
Oh, Monday na no pano. Me could do in Kranza, I think Monday afternoon.
Okay.
Now, me do Kranza Monday and upon me were from Oscar office. Me were one was na feeder. When I Richard was where Johnny was me. Me na no se behe. Ano pa room also where Johnny I last was Renee no kwe Johnny. So na say chief ni
Pacho de me hu no so wodina gate
in Kranza na me kokoti say yes so be Johnny na me farm phone.
Me ya up here.
Because no was as we trap post say o say me ni pa say ye. Ele we go
me nua me no ye adwuma. Ma ba adwuma no. Me ya up here na mu say me nua agina ogina glass ye dia.
Ele say my na wo de nyam ya.
Timi ma ya up here me awie me pa kwa yi. Etuma ne nsa wa wo nyina.
The credit.
And I'm saying the fra kwa na ma me.
The credit.
So ko.
The credit.
Odane.
The credit.
Me kwa no abai.
Bunu East. And I'm kokoti say yes so say me Johnny. Me yes. Me ko check me phone na. Yes so me Johnny. We chat the number be and if you Johnny na go for friend yes we Johnny na.
Me ko take kra kwa ye missing person report. Missing person. Fifi man for Kofi Kwachi.
Uro.
Ayi no.
If you come friend to look at come from Zoom.
I see.
Na come no from Facebook Zoom. But as you know style. Any day actually. Did Sunland there.
Okay.
Last weekend we renew.
Mo lose. Okay. Matias.
Enjoy.
Matias.
Na
ben nipo ma otu sa kwan de. Waboa o. De don ka okon edi sisu kure ni. Kumemia wa ma o.
But okay, Saturday na wuni. Friday krada wuni.
Etu be sin tanu se wurade. E den na kontro ni ya ba be jada. Come matiti abrandi. Anyway, you are welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, but last week there.
Okay.
But me person me want say, musi TV there.
I pick it. Afa.
Like and you say be a pick it, but I pick it.
No, I pick it.
I pick it. There's a comfortable.
And yet to say previous that you win the game way.
Yeah, now
the following game it does about driver David.
But what's the analysis?
It's simple.
What's the simple analysis?
They say players not say omo big team. Manchester United no more. So as on my result. And one on any bibi tactics, and formation, bibia.
And they say Ruby Maroon and Nasamano Kano Dika. So on also any tactics because any tactics.
He's a good coach.
Top coach.
He's a good coach.
On your top.
Top coach. Top notch. Is I'm saying England what there? Who you know? Maybe you are be Ateta no.
Pepe.
Say coach page in a touchline.
Say oh my.
Now who insano handprint. Oh team so.
A momentary one I
say me show more counting. Omo training na me.
Okay.
And I'm mad days me.
Okay.
And exactly e be gina ho.
There's a slot onru
na slot there's where banker. So on where banker. Football na say aba from. And obi the banking hall. And the bank adwuma so me coach.
Slot your banker.
Oh, na so obi an say taking club adwuma no bi di ho.
And
Maresca there. So wo he papa ne pa na adwuma pa. Na ko pon de man na ko fisherman. And you're not a papa fisherman. No.
Let's go to Twazo.
And so Maresca there. Kofi, Minyan coupon. But I would trade her papa ni dear. The Duma pa on your coach.
Maresca, you coach.
Where fisherman.
Barumia was
in the taxes as a fisherman. Barumia
was
top. What's it? You must say.
And I don't say I'm here today. I'm with the chachane from the I'm following you. No, but I'm not going to cash a meeting because it's and
Team now, Fata.
Yeah. This is in the first or second.
Tete Leicester United.
Leicester. Yeah.
Team now picky. Not time for us. On pay the ane no be di. Mean 5.
Nko we.
Eh, na se we animo. Ku ehye.
Kai.
Chairman Bomo Grande.
Mo say the chairman me say di name.
He say from daddy to chairman.
No, Obogum.
Na ba ko no.
Eh, Sesko, ohene. Benjamin ohene Sesko.
Na kwan me nya botre.
Say can relax.
Na se nkam nya botre hwe ne kakra. Sesko no. Ko via to striker. Nya botre to striker. Pa. Yanko.
But now can there when ya?
Oh yeah, me na make say.
We are for so
moy.
You're a for with your mama small. When you're my jatum and on one carry yourself. Rich. The weekend is starting.
Sure.
And there are a lot of games to play. Michelle, and there's a UTA Kinley I'll be debate. In TTDE, you win something again. Because this week boys not really can cry. You win some more. Which Kylian Mbappe, Oma presented a golden ball to him at the pitch. But I'm not interested in the golden ball. I was interested in how Madrid players didn't now buy it, come and support him. Who said under the ceremony, it was for Kylian. But the whole team, Florentino Perez himself, Coach Xabi Alonso, Vini Jr., the entire Madrid team, came to support him. I think it's a signal of the good things that's happening there. Last week also fell under the El Clasico, no? And Mikacho said, for people underrating what Xabi Alonso is doing, was no fluke. I told you from the very first time, Xabi Bobo, it's a simple job of finding balance. And so with team near perfect, you can't beat them.
That's all can say Clasico, no?
Obesheno. He was always going to beat Barca 4. They were just not there. Last season, I kept on saying Barca Shia Madrid 10, Obesheno Madrid 10. But this time, it's with Football Club Real Madrid, especially in the last time out, which I brought your friend Kylian Mbappe. Even after last season record now with the golden boots on this season also in the Champions League in 3 games was 5. In 10 games in the Spanish La Liga was 11. So he is in line to maintain the golden boot award now. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo, who is his idol, had won the golden boot award, and our branch friend Kylian Mbappe has managed to win it, which is very, very good. Sets him on the right path to possibly go on and then win the Ballon d'Or, which I'm very sure say any dreams. This is how November looks for Football Club Real Madrid. There is an importance game against Valencia, which Valencia this season has not been good. Traditionally, Valencia should be in the top 6, top 7, top 8, top 9 of the Spanish La Liga. But Valencia are languishing in the 18th position of the Spanish top division. So the performance have not been good. And whatever the case may be, with a 5-point gap between Barcelona and Real Madrid, Madrid will have it in the back of their minds that it's time to stamp on it and then apply the accelerator and then increase the gap possibly between Omoniv team and Football Club Real Madrid. They would want to do it. Yeah? It is always a marathon and a sprint. It's unya with 3 points now you will be on your reach. No idea to you. And that's what Madrid and Xabi Alonso will be feeling. Say, baby, a bass and injuries. Squad instability. Players free injury. Form. Lamine is out of form. Rafinha is now coming back. Ferran is back. Lewandowski is back, but they are now about to get in. Juan Garcia. Let us make sure say by the time Barca picks again in the season, because they will. Barca will rediscover form. Before they do, let us make sure say So it will be hard to catch up, and that is going to be the idea of our brand here, friend Xabi Alonso. Rich, what a job Xabi has done. What a job he has done. 13 games in the Spanish Primera Division, 12 wins, 30 goals.
Incredible.
Very, very good job. I mean, for somebody who was questioning of whether he will be able to handle the job at Football Club Real Madrid, he has been able to do that. Madrid have been met by the good news of the return of our branch here friend Trent Alexander-Arnold. Although Dani Carvajal out of the team, it's a good one for team friend Football Club Real Madrid. Oh, hold on. Of course, this is how the team that possibly looks like for team friend Real Madrid. Last week, choose anytime goal scorer, was it Bellingham? Because I said,
I'm Mbappe.
They've been Mbappe more now.
Mbappe, and one shot.
But one shot. Yeah. Okay. Rich, Hyson, Militao, Federico Valverde, Alvaro Carreras, Ada Gule, Orient Chimeni, Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, Franco Mastantuono. Looks like the starting 11 at Madrid for Eddie Remo in the game against Tima, your friend Valencia. I think at home, Madrid should win. Whether or not they will score more goals, I'm not too sure. Until a simple Madrid straight win, I was giving them against Valencia. Then to Football Club Barcelona. Have you seen this paper in front of German newspaper? I don't know how to speak German, but Mais shades October, Kwe shades November. Meaning German, it's really a German called Kaboom. But when you shades now. Shite, someone can't hear the enemy. March, shite, October, is only October, November, no so bad, no sign of Bayana. That pressure. On what you crow for? What's the matter? Reasons were starting and they should be.
Mr. Highline.
That's a boy.
One tonight too predictable. I mean, and only idea about Quahanum. It is over here, the classical.
Yeah.
Madrid, who's a Debiana Ayala Casse. Look. Madrid front three, no. Omu nina experiences.
Yeah.
Osha Barcelona natural ma. Omu nche den jandisa. So take your time.
Yeah.
Odi am yamo born into space. One too many kafa no.
Yeah.
And exactly, Mbappe go no share the same thing.
Yeah.
About two space. Odi mika because speed.
Yeah.
Kafa born no abashe. And I think Hansi Flick on sisani yamu kakra. Why too predictable. Why sir? Obama may bedroom maybe no. I'm out for Bekaso on your good coach, but he's a good coach.
He's a very good coach.
Oh yeah, Hansi Flick is a very, very good coach.
Very, very.
That's why I predictable to do.
Yeah.
So say coaches no bien they was born on Sunday kakra. At least
me. Well, when somebody says he's being predictable, there are teams. Rich Michel, Mauricio Sarri at Chelsea. And if no, Sir Mauricio Sarri team Nigeria the league for the very first time for Napoli in a long time that they are no one. It was clear. It was on paper. Uba Bishianu say no boss of Beshel.
None the first season.
No, but what I'm saying is that sometimes it's also about the personal. Rich, if Rafinha was in that Barcelona team, if Lewandowski was in there, and then the personnel was set, it could have been a different story. Because Madrid should have killed my Ifono. But Barcelona, but when Tia shed more than 3 goals, they were not. Yes, surprisingly, they were not.
Team, yeah. So maybe Madrid near as a manager.
Of course.
Last season.
Of course.
Barcelona show mu baku. Yeah. So the friendly game they can win.
Yeah.
Five times. Ni no mo show.
Yeah.
This at this time the Inter show maybe Ukraine show mu 2-1. I think it's a good step.
Yeah, it is. Me, I'm not looking at it in the context of Omo match and
okay.
But make us say Barca form now deep, you know. The game plan is hinged. You see, Rich, during summer and year about the players Barca should buy, I kept on telling you, say squad depth is important. At some point, some people were not interested in the Marcus Rashford conversation. But look at the team. It is dependent on Marcus Rashford today. I spoke about Barca's issues at defense. Gerardo Martin doesn't make a difference in my opinion. Even for Eric Garcia. Which, if Chelsea are playing Barcelona Champions League, not say Eric Garcia and Kubasi starting. Not like Pedro play. Not Lamine was a Pubagi and no share, ne growing him. Not Rafinha Mai. Lewandowski, if I have any money, I'm betting on Chelsea to win. Because the personnel is important. Rafinha is the cog of Sabasa team. Into Nima, it affects the side. And maybe that is where I also agree with your argument that, okay, so Rafinha, Lewandowski, then you tweak it to fit those who are available. Okay. And that's why Hansi Flick has to make such changes. Rich, yes, last year, November, Hansi Flick about 6 games. 6 games, we need 3. Espanyol, FCBL Champions League game, and start Brest o win saa match no and obebe draw mienu Ferry saying Olusu mienu sorry Sociedad and Las Palmas and then had a draw 1 Spanish La Liga game against Celta Vigo so last year November wasn't too good but Barca cannot afford to have this November. They can't afford to have a November where they are not getting the success that they need to get. It's going to be disaster. Madrid baby. And like Marcus Rashford said, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and they would want to come back. But this news of Pedri's injury. No, sorry, that was
big blow.
Rich Mundo Deportivo mentioned it, and I saw him like, still they feel like Lamine Yamal. It was slight discomfort. It was he's not 100% with respect to games. That's all, Bono. Rich Barca will need to get him back. Now, the Barca new look midfield is Marc Casado, Femi Lopez, and Abentia, Yefredo, Frankie de Jong. They need to head out the middle. It looks like a double pivot can become Casado, and Abentia, Frankie de Jong, and will feel for him. Mark Bernal, obviously, is returning back into the team. The good news is that Robert Lewandowski and Abentia, friend Danny Olmo are back, and it's just 1 week left for Juan Garcia to come back into the team for Team Friend Football Club Barcelona. It's 1 against Elche. I think this is a game where Football Club Barcelona will be able to get the win. Yes, this the team a very good one. Look at the Barca players away. Abrante friend Nake Peña, who could face his former side, but still, it's a game that I think Football Club Barcelona should be able to win against Elche. Nami Admochina at 6:30. Which Arsenal, with the teams that they are playing against this season, last season almost dropped 10 points against them. Fulham, look at how Arsenal went to win against Fulham. And as if we all knew, we said Arsenal will win. No, not 2-0, not over 1.5, not over 2.5, but Arsenal will win. Because Arsenal don't need to score more. Everything's so bad. Which still throughout the season. I want to be careful with the numbers. Maybe somebody can look at it for me. The whole of November, Arsenal did not concede a single goal. And I think throughout the season, they've conceded just 3 goals.
Yeah. More than 9 matches. 9! 3 goals when I told my
defensive solidity is serious. For you to play 9 games.
The last 6 matches will be on for a bond to it.
I Chelsea for and say, Arsenal are that good because they are Chelsea fans, they want to accept it. But Arsenal on a different level. We know the history. Yes, everything see all of those things. But as it stands now, the point is clear. Is pointing to a clear path that Arsenal are onto something very magical this season. Yes, in football, the story that it brings, and so we can't be too emphatic and act like Uyenyame. But then again, paired what is going on, it looks as if it's clear. 0 defeats in November, 6 wins, 0 conceded, 6 played, 6 clean sheets for Mikel Arteta and then Emirates. Now look at this data clearly. The table 4 matches weeks ago, then versus now. So Liverpool, when the games were played at that point in time, look at the points difference. Liverpool had 15 points at the time. Arsenal 22 this season. It tells you that there is marginal points increase. Even in terms of Arsenal versus Arsenal, the game on game points increase. No, Arsenal are increasing by 12 points. That tells you that there is a lot of work that's going on. And then away from home against newly promoted Burnley side, Kasane Nelson. Scott Parker and Rantier, and something will hit them today. And it's going to be Mikel Arteta and then Rantier. They have everything set. At 5:30, Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea will meet. And Hotspur would want to win the match because this season they believe strongly that they are in a good place in terms of what they are building on a club. And say time be up for Tottenham Hotspur to win a game. I think it's this season against Chelsea. On the record against Chelsea in the last few years, I think about 5 or 6 attempts. Somewhere we need 1 pair. But if there is ever a time where Tottenham Hotspur can beat Chelsea, it is now. No, why do I say so? Rich, throughout the teams are Chelsea no Mabono. Chelsea winning 81, about draw 42 times, Tottenham Hotspur winning 56 times. Now, why do I say this is probably the best time for Tottenham Hotspur to beat Chelsea? Which I've always believed, one of the biggest reasons why Chelsea have constantly had an edge over Tottenham Hotspur. You see, Rich, football just like in life, confidence the right amount of arrogance to make you believe so you're better than Obi and pushes you psychologically to be better is there. In London, Chelsea fans have always believed that only are better than Tottenham Hotspur. So even in times where Tottenham are on a very, very good run of form, so against Chelsea, Chelsea for Chelsea master. You are not on our level. We will beat you, and I'm prepared to beat them. So you go back to the season where Leicester City won the league. Chelsea essentially at the time were in a bad spell. Tottenham and Leicester were on a run for probably winning the league. Rich, Tottenham came to lead at Stamford Bridge. A goal from Eden Hazard, who was not having a good season at the time, turned it around and prevented Tottenham from winning the league. Chelsea followed arrogantly and with confidence and with a history that they have backing them. Always knows that Tottenham for what they quote unquote only a CB more. Right? There is a certain manager in the dugout who I think in terms of personality, in terms of saying the right things, and then inspiring his boys to believe, say, Chelsea for now in times past. Say no. Me too am Brentford am more chero. Last season man can share me. Me Brentford assistant kura me jano or crack it and discuss any number draw. If there is ever a time we can beat them. It's the next thing. Chelsea are the team or the most susceptible to set pieces for English Premier League in this season. Yes. Chances created from set or against them from set pieces. Goals conceded from them against set pieces. Long throw-ins within the last few games from set pieces. Chelsea. So you catch Chelsea.
But what the record back on?
Yeah, catch him referee.
Timothy red card.
What's that red card? That's
I have no.
See any record.
Any record.
See I have to say care.
Abro records.
See
a beyond record.
Yeah, you can remove print. Let's say match the red card.
I'm one of Panthers. Yeah, I'm
no.
Me just match see.
And they are
red
card to come.
I game to grab a
red card.
Red card.
And they are red card.
Yeah, no budget. Players na nya coach budget. Coach is not to bench one.
But let's go.
Let's go. Nene nkwada no bia budget. I'll be predictable.
Yes. Now, when we talk about set pieces,
but me on game we. I think me know ya dream, but baby, mention and towards Tottenham. Tottenham consider good.
So you see, that's what I'm coming to.
Okay.
Which see a set piece in common Premier League, man. Before Nicolas Jovel left Man City to go to Arsenal, there was Thomas Frank.
Okay.
And Mikai in 2019 or 2018, thereabout, or 2021, thereabout. Abraham or the Brentford Bayern. On the first game over against Arsenal. Rich, or say Arsenal. The goals they scored from set place overloaded the far post and they will beat Arsenal in that game. It was Thomas Frank's Brentford. Last week when I told you that I believe that in the morning game, structure is more important than the coach in the dugout. It was people like that I was talking about. And because Chelsea concede from stuff like that, it can be possible for them to win that game using set place, which is very, very important for them to come in. Rich, but you see, Nhyira any straightforward Tottenham Hotspur say, me have said it. I think in Europe today, one of the best tactical brains is Enzo Maresca. It's one of my hot takes. People are not seeing it today. And now, let me tell you, there will be one podcast. Flamingo for coach and a course. So former Chelsea player, Atletico Madrid player, Brazilian international. Referee didn't tell me Bob Boys and everyone can be kind. Atletico Madrid fullback and a Iboniti. Felipe Luis, the coach of Flamingo. Felipe Luis say he has, when he talk about Maresca and his tactical acumen, is one of the best. I think so too. Which there is a similarity in all of the teams that Chelsea have lost to. Compact in the middle, give the ball to Chelsea. In fact, there is a data where the games that Chelsea bring up ball and more, those are the games that they lose. Chelsea, the only team in the English Premier League, we're losing 8 points from winning positions. Into Chelsea at the kind with 1-0, like last week against Sunderland. Me and Betty for whatever reason, from winning positions, it happens. Which I think the game probably comes down to the acumen of the team and how the two teams know will set up. And if Maresca will make certain changes, I think saying Romeo Lavia starts in that game, no. Wesley Fofana starts in that game, no. Marco Correa starts, Pedro Neto starts, and it's very important that once they go into it, they can win. Chelsea have lost 3 of their last 5 Premier League matches, more than they had lost in the previous 16 combined. So it tells you that Chelsea are not in a good place and they need to get back into winning ways. Which this is the possible lineup that I'm hearing that Chelsea will start with. And I mean, what's slight difference? It won't happen.
Chalobah, a champion.
Yeah. Chalobah or a champion, one of them will not start. So the game against Nottingham Forest, or a champion, a tossing. Now he completely rested Wesley Fofana, who had not played a weekend before. It is very clear. And again, there are 2 reasons why he will play Fofana tonight. Fofana, you will be a more aggressive of a centre back. When you play against Tottenham in a derby, you need an aggressor. You don't need cool, calm, collected people like Obi said, Trevor Chalobah. So Wesley will start, restart, Marco Correa starts. Which he used Malo Gusto as the +1 Roma against Liverpool in a big game to make the difference. I think that with the presence of Romeo Lavia probably slots into the middle as the tempo controller. It will finish one of them. The last time away, it was important. It would have been an excellent game if Nkabentia Liam Delap ended red card for him to be up top, for Joao Pedro to be behind him. But that is the case. Garnacho and Abranche friend and Neto. Torian will have Jet Spence, Mickey van der Ven, Kuti Remura returning, Pedro Poro, Bentancur, Paulinho, Kudus, Bergval, Simons, and Abranche friend and Randall Colomwani. Which I think this is a game where, for me, either teams will score, and then I don't know whether it ends in a draw, Chelsea wins or Tottenham Hotspur wins. But either teams will score. Either teams will score a yes for me. If Chelsea wins, of course, I'll be very happy. But me personally rush into a prediction for such a game that I think that Tottenham Hotspur has a chance, but Chelsea also can win. Which, me, I don't think the Manchester United is in a good place. And I think the City ground will be the place that will test Manchester United and test Ruben Amorim's fortitude as a manager. Why do I say this? Which my last 3 games in my winning year, it has been it's a similar pattern. And all of those games, I don't think any of us predicted we will lose. Even against Liverpool, we said it's a big game. When it becomes chaotic, United are better. Sunderland, funny enough, Chelsea match the only game in the 10 games that Sunderland now bought 5 back. Game you both 4-3-3 So maybe it was a lack of respect for Manchester United that Ruben Amorim may punish you almost a master. You don't come to Old Trafford and think that with me elbow, you open up, we punish you. Brighton and Hove Albion. Fabian has never wanted to show that they could be him. The big problem is that you are going now to the City ground. And I like the things Amorim is saying, confidence and all of those things. I say it is one of the biggest honors of my life being here. Of course, you're Manchester United coach. Yeah, Masha. You're Manchester United coach 2 days. It's a big honor of your life. It is the best decision of my life choosing to come there. There is good vibes. Oh, Carrington, because I brought you in a lecture, is back into the score. Oh, but this man is my problem.
Sean Dyche.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there. No.
No, there's no more ribi. My problem no. If it was another
first, Montias says good. Last season on for Munya.
But I guess Sean Dyche in 70 good.
I know. That is what I'm saying there.
Which I
they keep changing coaches and get the same result.
Last season, no, not the same result. Last season, I saw Sean Dyche revive Sir Everton team. No, the Everton team that was dead. Sean Dyche came in and revived it. First season, or they almost stay league. Second season was much more stable until they felt like, okay, almost got them Kingston. They want a coach that has done it with them before. They went for David Moyes because he's much more sustainable. And a balance between defensive solidity and the attack.
Bro. Not even for us,
oh, City got mobile show.
Kofi. This is in which game I have boy and pass argument.
Forest man. Me worry you don't know.
Because of Fugu game we need Fugu.
The Umia name ya
Fugu.
Umia
say bancha. Unfa in Ukraine na ano apeti.
Ne back
not time for a game. In your game back. Look, United. Your problem no, it has been solved though.
Solved.
Obia or share Manchester United last season. And even you started this season, the early stages, can clearly see say you solve your problem. defensive wise then yenya de.
Yeah.
This is why we games now. You defend very well.
Okay.
Ade ba kon so pa na han say you create chance by intimidation. You need more for no intimidation.
But I'm more scorers.
Matthias Cunha obey na no she go now.
Obo.
Pasha say she goes.
Chairman.
Sasko the same thing. Mbomo grand is afa no who say dem Mbomo aye na ehwe no Brentford no.
Obogum.
Now you hu Mbomo.
Yes, any last season there now Nottingham Forest 1-0-3-2-2-1.
No.
Eshondaichu.
We solve our problem.
Eshondaichu. That for me that's the only difference. In Kekatini na Kenya problem. If it was Ange Postecoglou,
I know.
He's win for United.
Yeah,
my problem is Eshondaichu.
Anyway.
Enyeshi.
You are going to beat them.
It's United straight win.
Win.
Hey.
Win. Ya bodro kra man de mama mentra. Me ba mo pam mesa akoko no.
Wow.
Not time for it. Kofi bad asem na.
So media me prediction for some match in over 1.5.
Yeah, ko show me simple kra.
Mate. Which na Medisi finally Liverpool ne Aston Villa, how is it going to go?
Liverpool Aston Villa.
At home and
tricky
at
game. Very, very tricky.
So either teams
say Liverpool no. Oh, predict you game. The man yedini. You don't even know the Liverpool team are better up.
Yeah.
The old Liverpool ne no. And the new Liverpool.
But I'm slow to say na saying teams on your mobile na no fa born into form mo bo wiem.
Onuzumo wiem ni bi.
O ti wiem your boy fa.
Agos ma gajo say na do anyu coach.
It was all plan.
Ono no dia chorchoro. Obi de ba na e bia 10 na de 0 ba kwa ka 900 we yedi. Waduma no. I'm a Liverpool go to players we. We are so be bobo fast. No. Omo fa for me. Akwa no nye serious.
For the moment for you go.
Say tin na da gwa bi at the message by shows you say ne excuse no dem and too flimsy.
Oh yeah, he makes a lot of excuses.
I mean in so nim.
Now when team Maresca did.
Any tangible master.
Maresca saw no week in your prepare for back into a come match number 5 back and have win.
Wow.
But you see, sometimes the coaches they say it in contest. Why? If they thought it was a to was your ball.
That's it.
It's
game ready. Me mumpa there. And the men fan come me.
Oh, fan cast.
Men fan come.
Mama Dashville in the bed them Bradley.
Se me try goals mum.
We try goals.
I
think.
Se me come be win the bedding.
But Liverpool we share match you fee.
I told me la.
Owe no. Owe.
Una emri o.
Owe no. Na o me cash on night we say
Shondak there. Shondak no. Mo former coach Ampamuni. I Grand Porter. Mo say o ginechire na o he Shondak na so say.
Hey, Shondak di odo so jani ma.
O de ti na no mfemfem
na. Na Shondak enye we ali so ko beti amori ma amori ti. O ti na president to say crowd. Shondak je ma poni mu senior one.
Shondak me dey say Grand Porter.
Debbie Grand Porter amori mu live.
Omo the TV license the coach you onye coach.
Amori dey say driver's license.
Masa on dey UEFA Pro.
Amori bi e.
What track transfer ma sua de.
Me you won last week yana amori mi.
Sa ben na me che say me nya o tre. Had me and me started one thing.
Me sorry.
I told you say ma nye patient enough.
Okay.
So what I say. And the man me ko ka say amori mi coach.
Okay. But
after some time I'm sure penini ni training. Yeah. And they will also prepare the team. I mean,
big one. Bournemouth playing this weekend against Manchester United. Manchester City.
City.
Another game that either
City
Bournemouth. Another game that either team will win and over 1.5. Which just touching on the Italians, and then you will witness one of the best games at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium because Napoli any Como Ebo. Antonio Conte last season. Or she Como last minute go. Now after the game says Fabregas catch Antonio Conte say Oceani Biema or the former coach there, but he will show him something. And I have a feeling it's in all of the bad coaching now. I said you're too careful with the Como Napoli game because anything can happen in some match. Rich, what I know that in that game there'll be a lot of goals and I want to see. And then Luciano Spalletti start here Juma with Juventus going away to Cremonese. I think they can go on away and go and get the win. El Italians Triani. Now when we come back on Monday, we'll delve deeper into it. Rich, and now you see, go and believe that Ube because there are about 2 or 3 codes up in the Amedebe we are ebebo. It's Michelle Uti already so first one code na me mount first one a BW1D98 B9A4. That is the first one.
Okay.
The second one is BW1D989869. Third one is BWD986176. Fourth one is BW1D980FE9A. And the last one is BW1D97BAE9. Rich.
Okay.
These are the codes. I didn't talk greens in this
one. Ento greens in Guni na so kama pa. Me samo mo pesa mo bete. We Ghana. O pesa ultra bet. Our Ghana ha. Men for the send high can you find enka group no. Betting group number near 0247 932805 0247 932805. Just send hi na yemfa enka group no ho. I'd follow the trend. In message kakra na fe best my go to Bempire and so so. I said good morning Richardo. Manchester City never won the league at Napoli, but rather with Juve after 1 year spell with Chelsea. Okay. It does for that correction of the someone could see 387. Also, Richardo doesn't know Fifi is setting traps for him to make this comment. Amorim crowd doesn't trust himself like Richardo does. Oh, you always make my day. What you like from UK? Or no, on him trap is and yeah, on him trap set here. On certain man on an utifida Sunderland. I bet you we are not what done at the Ekose Yasumau. Okay. Udine DA 85010. So Chelsea is going to rock the 3-point line and beat Spurs. He should continue. It's Spurs. Okay, yeah. Sanusi betimi about so Francis Akito say update on Chelsea. I'm say I can't Chelsea say be at the Amamo and now no pay. Seaman said yes, regardless, Storium is Chelsea's girlfriend. You score them. Okay. The drew I become was Andy 028803 or say Fifi, you have Maresca too much. Maresca himself always say that he's learning. Maresca is a rocky in coaching. He always takes a gamble. Sometimes it works, sometimes it mess up. Okay. And you too, so message out there, I don't know. Ata Julius. Oba Edna or the Echo Anthony Boache or say Richardo, be careful with your bragging because you come back. I'll say it will come back and hunt you dearly. All right, Mate. AJ Ministries, I say, Richardo, football is about winning. Amorim is indeed a pro coach. All right. You say, I'm the pass will be who's Amorim, no. He's a very, 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 very good coach. Ubia Ete Nase. Seth Amwa, I say more analysis on Real Madrid. And also at the Abraham Prince Akomia. I say update on Barcelona and Pedri. Emsano pay a campus and Sembibri. At the Amamo so rich football. Okay, Emsmedikai. I can and know that I mean you bear me do be sure. Now best my coach Empire and soon to so Emfa and my Alex Andor. I say I share from Emina. Wait you are Bexina Maso. I say happy new month. Happy new month, bro. Bibia abe kama, bibia abe fine. At the amount Kwaku entry. I say please Fifi, try and keep this recording from Mr. Richard Smith Donkor. You come back to 8 again very soon. Okay. I said Jumedina you know recorded. And bibia makabia na ho. Mr. Manchester no. Yenka say PQ apiki we nyɛ sɛ apiki awie nti games na aka ne deɛ ɛbɛhyɛ saa money problem cry. All right, yɛnto so Nhyira 104.5 weekend edition we a new month weekend edition of Nhyira Digital Passports yɛn live ɛwɔ YouTube Nhyira TV oba o subscribe now do message no aka ho na akenkan ɛde ama Abdullah Suleiman sɛdeɛn Live from Paris. I like you and Fifi combination. Makes me laugh sometimes. Okay. Abigail from Palma. So watching live from Spain, Barcelona. Yeah, just Spain for dinner and then Anopay. Yeah, that must be some of my video. No, at Twin Shabanzo 4.5. Yeah, okay. Now, Besmark Osu Bempa Ayala and Fabaton and Navi. The next 30 minutes on also fine corner in Comono. And Mama Ayala, good morning.
Good morning.
Now to saying,
Nyamiadum. Andy, Moon connecting we know. Moon connecting na Embra. Oh, Nyamiadum me huye.
Okay.
Na meti office wana meti show no. Me yama shabe kakra.
So saying.
Last time I can say Mitchell. But I said you are being carried away by the recent results.
Yeah,
by your munya. Nhyira deeper mamu. You were humbled. Na mobabishia Chelsea. Na unya kukodrumpo to say mobeshe. Me kai na mbeka Chelsea say. Se ujai wonu muja. Man you ebe pija. Then you came down. And the way I still show you. And I will go back from. All of a sudden, when you 3 wins at Waso, and what's that statistic will be him? And one person him say, when you go on that tangent, and no man best start to say you work him.
Minim team now supporting India. You say your team no a free a packet to a packet.
Okay. So no say
I'm a room no ye juma.
No say ya na enyi.
See.
No say ya.
No not your friends here. Don't be too.
Because they make you cry no still now no. Unya wa bize obitie. Inti
ayala wo hwa ye ntimi che not your friends. Okay, team ni dia ntimi jo mo.
Mo betimi a show mo. Say football.
Yeah.
But the confidence with which I will say someone ntimi a sha eme ma wo nya adwuma no.
Me kan sa mo. Yene tie for man kan ye mesramo. Man kan ye crack.
Oh, e hona asam no wono.
Watch my business so.
Team na pick fine. Eno me kuyi. Eno man kuyi man not yam. But to say ansha ye bodrom pa say ye bodrom pa. E ma mama me nya adwuma no so. Sana. E hunu bi
carry na we ampa. I'm not carried away. I feel watch my business.
And we paint you say we must say
and essence to a Chelsea phone dominance form. So more penny.
So we catch a room tea. To the you're right there, no be see.
Some Jeff for no am people. Mun you video ni free.
Rich. So say Uber Premier League in common now. The obia di hun komo sa graphic ya eda tactical board you see say o share en show no ewo Nhyira TV or YouTuber me so say won dey make one sem no utie ewo radio so ewo Nhyira ne asempa ne affiliate ni na o dey kabakuma to yem graphic na make one sem no Premier League ya ye boni CCA say you starting weekend we are. It means you enter into match day 10 of the English Premier League. Now Premier League for now gasa aye graphic about say you about 10 there and now uchemu ubenya 5-5. Now the difference any the we are story echo and say you starting Premier League you won the first half of the Premier League so far now near boy no Liverpool actually Arsenal 5 points. Rich. Now the last 4-5 games ayabo in the Premier League Arsenal abeja Liverpool quite cry 22 points. Liverpool that's 15. Now the Rich. From match days 5, Liverpool added 1 point from points. Not one. serious.
Liverpool.
Yes. Almost 30 unbeaten first 5 games. Obia say Omaji league nada. Transfers no my no. As I be victim no. And almost 30 years until they are gone. Rich. All of a sudden. The last 4 games that Liverpool have in the Premier League. Nah. Not even a draw. Nah. And Arsenal have taken 10 points from that moment, and then almost 22 points. Liverpool have 15 points. That is the story so far in the English Premier League. Now, with this story, your games to share, your games to show Tina. Until we zoom into the was say this a bosso na more analysis kakrebi. Which I think first of all, Brighton and Hove Albion at home to Leeds should give us an over 1.5 game.
Okay.
And see, that's my first prediction. Then Arsenal form number 1. Rich. Away to Burnley on paper, Arsenal should win. Especially when Saudi almost and to 2 competitors one. They have tricky games than Omo. And so if Arsenal so are consistent, not before I say November international break, Rich or consolidating games now at the top now. These are some of the difficult games, but winnable games you need to win. And see, I think say again, Arsenal will keep their focus. The only thing I ever Arsenal and Timisha Bali and when they lose their focus. When they start to think so maybe. But Rich, you don't see that even in Arteta. And see, Arsenal right game in him with all the focus. They are good enough to beat Team FN Burnley. Now Rich, my problem can who sound so confident say Manchester Manchester Nottingham Forest no. Are you aware of Saudi Arabia? Are you aware of this? Say my last 3 games I'm about against Nottingham and Omasham.
Last season is an form.
But last season go. See, I can last 3 games.
Yeah.
It means I can last
2 seasons.
And see, Rich, I am no credit. Man U and Ney, order to Nottingham Forest and Ney. Man U seems to be picking up. But I do say, Enka, Bibi say, never I say,
I can't make
when you have to take a car and say, Charlie. Even though today we are better than Nottingham Forest, they've been one of the boogie sides to us in the last 3 games. And we have to be careful. What this means, and I said, Rich, if you want to beat them, you need to be consistent with and say, "Dear Maya, now we need 3 games at once." No drop it, level you can beat them.
Sure.
Now, Fifi was telling you again the Sean Dyke factor. Rich, Sean Dyke about only 1 game in Europe, and he has won. And see, the other to Nottingham Forest. With Nuno Koye and Postecoglou by and Sean Dyche by Rich for a pro to step in, play 1 game with the team and they won. A team and a winning action. Me assure say after the game the players will go like, hey, say the Obetre Kitue be cray. I'm here winning a first match in a long time there. Then we have to believe in the coach. Probably Obetimi are turning around their fortunes. Now, Rich, if that is the feeling in the dressing room of Nottingham Forest, then they will give you a very, very good game. So, situation I mean, really chance. What you say?
Matthias,
yeah, sir.
Yeah. All of a sudden, coach be buying and you win.
Then you will get the win.
That's a morale boost.
Now, for your catching them, say, coach, you never me at 10 things around. I'm here, we need ya. Then we will play for him. Now, Rich. You know Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
And you know when players can say, Ombabamana. Rich, then you are going to meet a team, a bit town, a bit piano, a bit defending blocks. That is who Sonike is. Difficult to beat. Typical English football coach. So aggressive with the tactics. Rich, when we need to answer there, but I think this game is very, very complicated. It's very, very complicated. And I agree with Amorim. Ebia, moving first one, go for you. Then you win your second one. Go for your phone, serious, Anna. Yes, it was when you call them press.
Sure.
Then they win the third one. Which you think is a Serena Morimekano. How will teams approach games against Man U now? They will say, challenge go for no more for to my prefer. And to share you have to up your game to beat them. And see, your tiger say me say in life, Rich, I told them here, getting to the top is not your problem. But so will maintain you on because I don't anything was so catch. And maybe I'm a quack do you now will become a target of every team here in Brescia say team AI year. And see, you know, but say Man United or Jan also. That is the kind of game you are going to play against Sonike Nottingham Forest.
Any problem?
You must be careful.
You can't go
Mati. Rich, there's a big London derby. Now, Unum said in recent history, 7 Spurs against Chelsea and for you about him. Antonio Conte, Thomas Tuchel. Sir, James. The moment I see Chelsea Tottenham was fair, that is the first picture about me team. Antonio Conte against Thomas Tuchel. Rich. Unim the entire Fifi couldn't predict game way. A very, very unpredictable game. No credit. Chelsea a good record Nancy against Tottenham. And so for you here, what it means is that in the last 5 games at Chelsea we're winning this not even 5, this 6 games. We're winning 5.
Tottenham far back up.
And can team here or you know my year and said that so. But Rich, there are some small factors. Small minute one. The kind is Thomas Frank. The reason why Daniel Levy Mupamo and Postecoglou was that they watched their game in the Europa League final against Manchester. And probably since Ange Postecoglou know about Tottenham, no, that was the only game he was pragmatic. Yeah, can't say pragmatic. Only about you. The only game. One was in the philosophy here, and I make a couple. Name of where say at the end of your game, me results. So even if I was me to the way I mean how to approach football in Portugal. Let me jam a high line. Let me go low block. Let me defend it. Let me go on the counter. And remember to win it out of where. The moment he was able to do that against Man U and win Tottenham Hotspur Europa League, no, then let me say, so you could abandon your philosophy and win games as tough as Europa League final. And now when you have 5 years winning out throughout the season, so stubborn with your tactics. Look, Sasana was subantia Yampe team. Then they brought Thomas Frank, one of the most pragmatic coaches in English football today. Rich. The entire Thomas Frank, etimi Emma, team will say Paris Saint-Germain. Nancy only big guys in Asia, Omia Dimomo. It's what I have given you. Very, very pragmatic coach. Or steady opponent. Nah. I see you okay. Maybe a game with Crano. I don't even need Xavi Simons as my number 10. Because of the way Omobono. And I will push him to the wings. Then I will play Mefodes Miensa, your boots. Now, work ethics. It's a member Palina, member Bentanke. Now, me the bago, I Germany. And our Papa Matasa. Like, he is that coach. He thinks along the game. And Rich, So we share coach Bisa, it makes it very, very difficult for you to beat. Now, we is our factor if you are rich. And I mean, now then I saw from Squawka. Squawka, one of the most astute statistics pages ever we say. Rich. Then they were talking about Paulinho. And I'm saying, hey, but in share platform, no, so there, we've done a lot of debate about DMs Nancy in the Premier League. And it seems that Paulinho are escaping in the conversation. But if Squawka is saying, say, over 8 more tackles than all the players in the Premier League, then probably that's a big mix in our conversation. It's rich. I am not correct. So only Chelsea boy now. You are going to play against the best DM in the Premier League in Moscow said. And for me, see a book game I have tougher the prediction there. I have those engine room qualities no. And they are a team 10 game no around. But Rich, the other game way again here day and say if Chelsea are coming in with Moscow said. Rich, Tottenham will come in with Paulinho. And me who squat away no. And me delve deeper into the research. And see, for those who are watching, let's go on it. Rich, this season, this is the comparison. Only now about 9 games. Just that Moscow said there were more minutes because of maybe an injury time I did to toss on the other. Moscow has 3 goals. Paulinho has 2. Yellow cards and the cards squad any problem. But Rich, Paulinho have 1 assist. Moscow said any assist. What it means is that even as DMs, Rich, almost goals contribution is the same. The only thing is say yes, there will be 3 goals now with 2 goals, 1 assist. On only the other also crazy, but goals involvement it is the same. But Rich, so for DMs to cry there, and yet goals in the assist and you never separate you. So you switch to their defense. Rich. Tackles. Moscow said were 29. Paulinho was 39. 10 tackles more. But by interceptions, that is where Moscow said we didn't any blocks. The point I want to make and say, Rich, Jitum say Moscow said now combined for BBR is the best DM in the Premier League this season. But the moment you see Paulinho numbers, no, he's not far off.
Sure. Which I agree with you.
He's not. Yeah. And so game be now Jimmy say one of the advantages and say you have a good DM. Rich, if it's against Paulinho at the other side, then Tottenham also can say they have a very, very good DM. Anya will say yes and say, Rich, we are playing at the park, so you need to give a little of everything. So I try to add the attack and send them a car, you know. The goal involvement a 3-3. But Paulinho expected goals of 0.61 to Moscow so they 0.56. And Rich, and your game Kitwa.
Big game.
Now to maybe I getting close to the analysis and the prediction for that big game way. Rich. Now say when our 2 Chelsea team.
Red card FC.
In terms of the conclusion and the predictions, wasn't Bofonka say red card about game way.
Oh, of course. Especially almost like a big game in Tottenham.
Red card Beba. Not for Chelsea alone, even Tottenham.
Yeah. Likely.
Because which where the most red cards are. Chelsea will be 5. Liverpool 2 1 in the Premier League. Our Rich 7 for red card and come and come better more consider. Rich, this is what I am talking about now. Young for Tottenham Chelsea there is some Mary here. Rich, how do you see this Tottenham team? Vicario, Toro, Spence, Coutinho, Romero, Van de Ven, Then said na make catch Thomas Frank. So intelligent. Opushi Xavi Simons up. Then Kudus. And all boy small boy Begba. I will be him say he can play as an 8 or born in the number 10 position. Send a bay Obenya Paulina. Anyone will go Bentake or next. No Bokolom money as a lone striker. Anymore. So he is tightening up these spaces at the amount. Now I'm a game for Chelsea to penetrate them. Now that is what we are expecting from Chelsea. No me busa and the officer say at the Romeo level proud so on pride. But Rich, I find it weird say all the team the tablets are almost probable Chelsea level no. And Jimmy say this is a game Enzo Maresca will play both Malo Gusto and Rhys James. And Cesaro over there, of course, we know say then he either plays Rhys James as a number 2, the Malo Gusto as some decoy and Fifi, and I say Malo Gusto as a number 2 to run, then Rhys James as the 2 pivot central midfielders with one Casedo, so they be able to push Enzo Fernandez into the number 10 position. Now look at something. Say anything Obama. Now Obama the ball with James our number 2. There are 2 options. Either he plays Romeo Lavia alongside Moise Casedo, or he brings Enzo Fernandez back and play a player with Estevao. But Rich, me sure say Enzo Maresca is thinking say that is Thomas Frank. Samekobo Estevao waha. Now me the Enzo Fernandez baha. If he is playing Bentanke, Palhinha, any Bagwire, he is playing 3 midfielders. They will probably have more work rates. Maybe attacking sense, you know, but they will have more work rates. And team and friend of Tottenham will want to create from their wings. Maybe Kudus and Xavi Simons because those are his playmakers.
Okay.
Rich, tight game. Very, very, very tight. My problem can create with Chelsea and they say João Pedro drying up 8 games on share
goes in a map.
That is a problem. Now, Colombo is also in share. Rich, I want to game where you expecting goals, you know. And in the way you mean 2 coaches, no more concentration on how to get a moment phase not fixed, no. Rich, yet game no one. Omo born in our fifi. Obia tactically they try chess to me at game no once and goes no poma. But I think say it's yenya game will ever slip yenya. Okay. I don't see anything clear apart from the midfield but Rich, they say why pan pressure on us team man way. We see you and you see, Rich, sports in the actually no. It teaches us not only the entertainment in a competition, and life lessons. No condition is permanent and power. And you can't be so comfortable when you are winning.
Catch them say you must start this season. No, you but do level be a 4 matches. Na omun shegua, omun winning gamer. Yes. Liverpool team win.
Their last 7 games, only win 1.
The Liverpool team
6.
That a cut 30 seconds. Ground we said they will score.
No matter shell.
No man win.
Showing what you call in football monster mentality.
Something is wrong.
No, the coaches are bad game. I think no, we win. You know, team AG league that na suspend the team obi a. O mata kai team a o mo sala wo gakpo. Ato iketi ke still so inside Isaac beka ho.
They say akwara bi di ngumu ha.
In the game against Newcastle. I get in the game anymore. I like power and bubble on what was it.
Or maybe near Liverpool. Say the Liverpool got 4 matches or Mundial.
No,
something is wrong.
Yes, and no condition is just permanent. Mr. Wasa, oh, you'll be a Uti show now. If you are doing well now, don't be too comfortable. because if you see where it can turn anytime. And don't be so proud in your success days. Na embum profile bumfia. Don't use your success today to intimidate others. Life can change. As I said, they are changing man as a lot. Rich, so who can kill Liverpool problems now? Results are not coming. They are starting toppled by Arsenal. And your results no go. Results no man. I'm an Arsenal as a team on gap. We are no fewer. According to live score, Rich, almost say there is no striker in the Premier League. One missing big chances. How she go? Alexander Isak.
Not just chances, so big chances.
Yes.
There's no bottleneck in him.
When there, yes.
Isak.
There's no striker in the Premier League. I want to see more big chances are on she go than Alexander Isak. Another headache. And no man could you Rich. Liverpool starts from that in the end of so much trophy. Now Rich, they couldn't win the Community Shield. Now they are out of the League Cup. And just as when you are in the midst of crisis, that is what is happening to Liverpool. Now, Rich, in all the Liverpool film, they have big November coming up. And it starts from a net against Team FN Aston Villa. Now, and can Liverpool ponya minyo madum Rich. Nanko mu share team and also so nanka dumye. Nanko mu so meeting the aso mo kania. But Rich, the contrast of any game and say once Liverpool form any crowd, Aston Villa all of a sudden up a form. And they've won their last 4 games, including beating Manchester City. It's what all perform and no man go about. And can we run new man tomorrow say you know what things around her. Rich, you are going to meet a team who are so say gone and over. And that takes us to the game. Yes, he could be the difference maker. I will be happy to come here on Monday and tell your brother Charles Cheneboa say, Michelle game no on Saturday no. David bet a bet team say team not omegina 6-1. He gives Liverpool the balance of we here and a constructive play anymore and until no meeting share Aston Villa. But Rich, there is one caveat in this game. And I swear to say, teams in almost show mono. Long balls in the ball. Rich, one of the best teams with the long balls, Villa. And I have watched United Emirates do this from last 2 seasons against the big boys. So Asha, say Okoshia any other team. About one of the defensive midfielders, no about a number 8 in Yuri Tillemans. But Oshia big boys now Rich. He tries to play 2 of the DMs in Onana and Kamara. No broken in Fifi. Then because on the same way we have 2 DMs in it, Rich, they resort to long balls because the DMs no. Omuni Yuri Tillemans for Baba Jimbo on Atene. It's with the ball no long. The person finding Omo Magin, Rogers, and Oli Watkins. And see, they are Liverpool pe crowd. And no plans to Aston Villa for no Edibayom. Rich, you are both giving no Anfield. Adebayo say Anfield is the most scariest stadium who bet him about as opposition. Rich, Anfield need to turn up for Liverpool because I can't imagine us coming back on Monday and say Liverpool is
oh, but we don't come back on the palm slot.
Sure. Rich, Liverpool yes are clubs now 5 somewhere for they will say and a slot last season success no. Rich or they are Tom Raman who or they are Tom Raman or Sana Mimijidi.
Okay.
It will so I remember promote slot this season now. Rich, I just say a do a level where Omo will say baby I never do need there. But I don't think say ever intend to me. But they really need to fix their team as soon as possible. Rich, when yes sympathy prediction, but I think that Liverpool will at least get a draw. Omanya
okay.
They will get a draw against my friend Aston Villa. Yes, no. Because and the games no.
Score.
Or there are 2 games per. And the reason why I brought this graphic, Rich, who is saying West Ham, against Newcastle. Typical English football game. West Ham, Newcastle. London.
Me double chance Newcastle. Double chance Newcastle.
I think say if you watch
West Ham team in there.
That is how it sounds. Into me say oh chance say ultra better and I say a long better. Me never reach as if say you read my mind. I didn't say Newcastle double chance in this game would be very very good. Rich. Then we conclude in the Premier League. City ni Bournemouth. City team Bournemouth power. Omo power Rich. Now what Pep and any technical team no wants to find, I say, Rich, since a Pep about Premier League nim, every season be a wire Premier League ni there is a certain period be a winning streak. So otimi kwa be 10 12 na awon on the league no. Pep is digging deep to find side any game. Say metimi akobe 10 winning streak some kwa and let me yes me that them. That is what they are looking for. Rich, say now they are coming from the backdrop say they lost their last Premier League game against Villa. But they have a very very good record against Bournemouth. Mate say Pep say Rodri aba. But onim say obetimi start here and say but onim say Rodri can give them some minutes. It was our game we mu. Rich the City there na say no until omo start here realize say enkofo gidi owo mu ko for no. Rich, you don't stick your neck out, especially not against a stubborn Bournemouth team to say City will win at Etihad. But at least Bournemouth and Omukochi, they are a goal scoring team. And City at home is a goal scoring team. Until China Michelle, go for goals in the City Bournemouth game. No? Now, I think that will be a very, very good bet at the amount. Now, Rich, in wrapping up, look, in the Spanish La Liga, I think say 3 teams now omo pre-league no. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico. Rich omo nyina were very very winnable games.
And
omo nyina so bo ofie.
Okay.
It starts from team friend Atletico against Sevilla. It's a very very winnable game. Who there's someone get Atletico crane there, you can go their double chance and you'll be rest assured. Sevilla team above from par. So that is my prediction for Atletico game no. Real Madrid and now against Valencia, they will win. Real Madrid will win, Rich. I'm expecting them to win. And so if you feel the buy, that is the expected lineup on Modebaba. Masantuano back into the team with Mbappe, Vinicius, then a midfield of Chiomani, Goulet as number 8, Bellingham as a number 10, then almost back for I think say Real Madrid will be too hot for Tima, your friend of Valencia. After the El Clasico, Barcelona will want to bounce back, Rich. So also bouncing back. Near Mount Elche will fear. I think say it's a game that you need to take into NGO and NGO. Barcelona must be able to beat Team friend Elche. Na French League no mind. And last time I just said we came about Paris Saint-Germain. And then the young perform against Lorraine. Rich. Monaco will fear against Paris FC. I think it's a Monaco double chance. A very very rest assured bet. Then Paris Saint-Germain after disappointing Kofor last week, Rich, they will win. Home this time around. And it seems like Kakra, Luis Enrique, nya the players now no planning na. It's apart from Abia Desiree Doué or yet absentee Kesiapano. Obia is coming back into the team, and I'm tipping my friend Paris Saint-Germain. Say Omobe team Ashe OGC Nice. Now finally in the Bundesliga,
is it them say team who trying to bet I'm cry by
no that's what me
win because Bali Bakus in them so on better to
Rich me know ya dream you may select some games and add the over 1.5 no error. But Rich, this is their last 5 results against our opponent this weekend. Leverkusen for no.
Very nice. And Xabi Alonso.
So the difference is that was the Bayern Leverkusen no more form. But you see, I do not see any senior Bayern equal idea. Rich, unim say the next a Jajopa bet for the soup will be the day Bayern don't win.
Okay.
Because I say Sunday Okan. Obiara want to so or you sleep with Bayern win, you know that. It is done for super. Will be that weekend that especially as a weekend we are Bayern home. They expected to beat Leverkusen. Ekubuke mu a agofo be ye eti mami fe bi code link ento na
okay
yetini emeni enkomo bebre ewo
Ghana Premier League no so mu ye de is taking shape
eno aso game na e course wo bechem me ka kire o say omu show mu yie ewo ho Rich 4 bet we post ene Saturday ene there Saturdays there look upeska na there to coast na chi na wata wakunya na wo games no green ball na wo take green ball na wo take panta bia ni wa ntwa bet Saturday in the Saturdays there e dey also to udu sika egu bet coast no so ti enya abotre ni asesa ama wo e na ye dey ma first one no e BW 1DA 2C604 and a second one no e BW1DA 3C3A3 fourth one no third one BW1DA 41989 then the last one BW1DA 46 DDB enti BW1DA 46 DDB BW1DA 41989 BW1DA 3C3A3 then BW1DA 2C604 we very nice games are obetimi extra bet ewo ho too far but screenshot now utie in term you are good to go say me say umpa show the live you be upload and I come social media handles X no owusu bempa ayala oko Facebook ayala sports and abesi ko owusu bempa - ayala ni nyina obekọ na course no ewo na so fa na odi extra bet no enso so ebi ewo ho no
emrefie na yemfa fisem no entom so but before no Bertrand Russell Obiose I recall Ayala saying during the beginning that Liverpool should find a solution to winning games early because they can't do the late winning all the time. Else, their coach will be exposed. And the Noana, Liverpool, Eddie Abedu Babiamo Aduno.
Last time I catch you say one of the reasons why I didn't fall for Liverpool was that it is difficult to do that in England.
Sure.
So UG League a defending already.
And a football in general. So what the trophy be? Now the following season. Maybe a few ones be. Maybe I'll call Germany and how they say Bayern dominance.
Paris Saint-Germain now but it's difficult to do it in Italy.
Spain.
It's difficult to do it in Spain. And very difficult to do it. England. Last time I make it to say only Pep, any Fegi, and an Nancy no more is Adiano.
Okay.
And Rich saw her Pep Mudro, Fegi Mudra, and a slot Mudro into Overbre.
Ghana Premier League, you ram our week 8 and run a chance here. Bechem United, Atifie, and in Nations FC, Obia and Shebi. Now a coach from Pomanso Mayanga, the first gamer after say Go Stars a Pamono. Now Obodiama a Nations FC. Oremo Bechem and Omokobo, nil will be and Shebi, and now United and the league leaders. Mediama ena ebobona ochina Sunday Asante Kotoko after so so exit Africa no Confederations Cup no omo etrefi at the Kumasi Baba Stadium no ma host team ye from Karela United Basketball stars so betrefi no mo atwen House of Folk baby any coasters betna baby any now many young apostles about dreams this is in Yaman Kuyi Momo Kra how many summer text ena ebobo na All Blacks and so atrefi house team ye from say a Pandu Heart of Lions. Now fi Brekum Chelsea. Some board in the Manteno. Almost what to Brekum attrain team. Ye from say Vision FC. Now fi on Monday, ye nya 11 wonders on also tenefi attrain inform Ediana. At the country ama make us say Ediana inform no. And I sometimes football. I don't know. We are so na BB power. Also so ba reseka so be ha. Oya ye coacher. Obeso Ediana mbia. Say niam ko ye ma Ediana kra na niam asase ikuyi.
Look.
Say Ediana we league table no that second o. After Mediama.
Oh. Which Urefiana. Urefi say they are ye best start this season, you know. If you are a lot of your prediction, you better catch it.
Say Ediana recruitment no more you know.
Put Kotoko has aside. The big mentions are this year league no omobe compete pa to me Mediama Adriana Samates
and Lions
then Heart of Lions me catch it. And I told you
the teams are born hands no
they are doing well.
Omu na auto for him.
You see Rich
Mediama Adriana Lions Samatex and Sana has in Baba.
You see say Saturday last time we came Mr. Edmonaka frame Rich Obi Mayesono Ebi wo ha ye nyini no net teams be I nay omo competitors e wa abochire no munye competitors o but with correct investment with football knowledge I the manage investment you know with omo community base our galvanize no more infusing ye they are able to create a team that gradually becomes a house name in the league. And no be the Adriana Bay, you know. Which and maybe yes, is the Adriana na team Adriana. But when they came, they were no more bobo see.
With their support of
yes, Omoto players. No more the late coach Abba quality coach. Now almost supporters no. A create a certain atmosphere. Be say team ne dia. I have support him na ye. Gradually, Rich they won the league. Nancy a media mayebi. Nancy a sabates ayebi. Nancy a baby any go stars ayebi. And ti a ye some job for Sunny City, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain. Omu peja with so much omu wasika and they have what it takes to be big boys, no. Those places in accept you, Rich. We must also start to accept these clubs. Say, the Omoyen, say the two year to Kone house as well. Rich, they are also doing things that per Ghanaian standard, big boys, And so, Rich, once you start to do that, nobody should take you off the conversation.
Sure.
You every conversation. Adriana, last time the church say, Rich, there is a mining consignment in Adriana now. Doma assassin so. And the people they've given the mining consignment to as a traditional council are the same people like Taxiomo to run the club.
Just go.
And see, once there is money, they just need expertise. And they picked our brother Atapokumu and Yenya Setamwaku, video photographer. And look at the way they are branding their team. And see, if the investment is there, and the right people are there to guide the investments, Rich, but with time, we will see a whole results. Look at the investment Moses Amapaka, a year medium over the years. And look at the human resource that they have. Ukotakwa. Na ukoshia
there are people you know you don't know they work for media man. And look at some of this. Yes. No one can say mu as the man Edmond Aka Yenya Paula Yamba.
These are the players.
Yes, these are quality people. Got investments, you know. It's rich. Look, football no and yet emotions in any past glories in BMO. It is what you do today. And it will get you the results. It will get you the results. Obi Obabe system no mubiano had this background, carefully calculated, planned. Then they are able to roll it and they become big boys. It's why don't you accept them? Ombe Haji Bruta.
Kotokone Karela Nebon head of the game no and a coach Karim Zito. Or since say there, because after Omo exit no recover. Omo di kushia Karela. Inti Karim Zito na the games no enkomo ojumedi so.
It wasn't easy, but we have to recover because it's part of the moment and then we are out of it. We should face the reality and then come and prepare well for the league if we want to go back again. So you can't be crying whereas the league is still going on. So I think by now, I think the executives came and then the IMC chairman came, talked to them, I also talked to them. So far so good, we are working towards the league.
Okay. Enti ano eye coach de makuma asante kotoko Karim Zito. Asa after sa work e share mo free African mu no. Ono ankasa personally ani mpanifo mo da kotoko team na no any players na share aka chom so Africans ensem no mo fanto o machi. Omo ye de anzi o mafrim. Now say kotoko person mo say kobo Africa ni biem a league no ne betimi do o makọ. League no so no esa o ya de asa no wetimi de akọ Africa. Enti de sie bia no ni players na kasa say omonfa ento omachi navi. Now the focus should be on the league and Emranteno. And so from the old hunini bibiano ofu say omo recover kama omo de behia aye Karela na bibia aye kama and so e di amama abrante jawu ese players no they all can e di ama supporters am so beba stadium ni na no eni na fi yemfa and start in discussions no.
Going to this game, because I prepare very well. We have nothing than to win. Yes, we're tough, but and every game we can be Arsenal. It taken in a good faith to make us a game winning. Yes, we are prepared very well. That defeat, we are not happy with it because the way you consider goes, because playing God in and Yakasa, so going to this game to be different.
I said our country supporters ahead of this game.
I'm pleading them to come with their numbers because Sunday we are going to deliver for them. Sunday we are going to win. It's a must win.
Okay. And Dijau Vitiano no or say Nyami Adoma or China de a must win. I won't be disappointed a supporters no. And do a supporter now all bastard you my first show team say Kumasi Asante Koro Nyami Adoma or Mesha Karela Kovi. Misha sent for Ghana Premier League, baby episode dear Shazibia.
Rich, and I was not impressed with the Bechem game no. Because I was in the Bono region, I was following it keenly.
Okay.
It was not good. Which generally, Coach Isaboche, he's under a lot of pressure. And I will not be surprised, says he see nations for Apamo, Kasim Mengo, no, they'll take him back. And when we didn't come to 12 years old,
and I grant here discuss.
Yeah, we didn't come to 12 years old, Nanada Kwamo Kachem is it's possible. So, Beba, the current person in charge of communications telling me say there are communications that's going on very well. Once Kasim Mengo goes back because the current coach is under a lot of pressure. But generally, a game because some game between United match, a lot of wasteful chances. You're finishing 0-0s, 1-0s. You're too much in the Ghana Premier League. Maybe because you're jumping the formative stages of football, and all of us are focusing on the top level in Tino. We fail to have coaches that teach these players how to create and even bury chances. And it cuts across.
And it's true.
Look at Diana who are second on the league, Hearts of Folk who are top, who are part of the top teams now. All of them, they struggle to score consistently.
Yeah, system now because you need strikers.
Yeah, apart from just striking,
you
creative people, like I said, the general creative sense, final third for them. Who are able to create, too sporadic. Being able to 3-0, 2-0, too sporadic, and we need to find a way to look at Sani, man. Which, yeah, Kotoko would have to go on with the season with the idea of building a strong squad and reinvesting that bet Amosikan. I think Kotoko have managed to now align on my fans. So Becca last thing, catch up say the thing Kotoko has to do, and they say whatever the amount of money was, if they can put it out, fine. They don't want to put it out. They should align the fans as to why they took the money. I think now the fans are aligned. Especially, I think on Monday, a publication was especially in my absence that everybody saw said these are the figures involved. You know, realize or no?
They're good money.
This is money that Kotoko could never have turned down, especially from the player side. He can't turn it down. And Rich Utia, and I don't pay. Neither Kumudin common. Some of the things that have come up is that Hamzata is gone. Samba and Dongani O'Neill wants excess of about 3,000 USD a month. Can Kotoko pay 3,000 USD when they play in Ghana alone with a number of gates posted so many? Because that's the only proper source of revenue for the club apart from selling of players. Can they pay Samba and Dongani O'Neill? Mind you, when you're 3,000 USD, 3,000 yeah, Samba they can pay Samba. But once you pay Samba 3,000 USD, the ripple effect of other players demanding same amount or even similar, it's there. I know you might phone come with salary, but it will come out.
Sure. Obi to say Kampuku Ako Africa.
Yeah. So all of these monies that the players can take on is a big deal. Kotoko needed to take the money to reinvest. Rich, baby, a team never could do. It's also about the smart reinvestment of those monies and letting the supporters know. Now, we have to understand that any short term, we can never get onto the level of the North Africans in a year or 2 years. It will be a who. It's going to be a consistent, constant effort to slowly bridge the gap between us and the North. And the so in getting that Abeta more money, it's important that Kotoko reinvest the money.
You're North Africans, that gap no more be a man. You're chair to close it
because he has started the job in earnest. And the money once you start and you have an idea that this is where you want to go to, then you start bridging the gap with a crack.
Okay.
Because for a very long time, Rich, we constantly lived in past glory, and Bekacho was even same for Black Stars level, where they be and your first year with players in automatically the game is not like that again. I've said it, for me, in terms of pure talent, they are not better than us. I don't see his key is not he's exposed, so there's a lot of confidence into because he has seen it before. But maybe a talent is not the rich, it is like today. If I'm exposed and I get to the level of certain media organizations, and you bring me to Nhyira, I've seen it. Maybe I've never read on a teleprompter before. But that didn't be teleprompter. The first few minutes are fumble. It takes my talent as a presenter to get it right. But Obi who teleprompter this animal, Ebia minimum money yachino. But it's exposure. So it is slowly time to start building. I got to need to start from here. I am Coach Karim Zito say he has been able to get the team, the boys back, and they'll be able to go into Ghana Premier League and go and score. But on the local scene, we expect that Kotoko has enough quality to get the results that the fans demand of them. Still fans in my back, sir. And now it looks as if hopes is beginning to get lost. What do they have to do again? Because first, now a team named Shea, but on the local scene, Kotoko Shea.
As and so Shea. Still now fans in the stadium.
Empty stadium. Yeah. Still, the fans don't go. It's a economic situation in that ding, and now it's a ding. Because it's that crash.
Problem.
Yeah, Rich. It's like
a problem. We are starting kitty. You are questioning the time. I say, you said pay attention to it.
People are not
coming. And kakran. I do love what I empty stadium.
People are not coming. Like you say, oh yeah, in the industry, you see a few things. To say in the last week, me who's at the Safona Sheda, almost super class ni promo. From maybe 2 weeks ago. Into call YouTube now for it almost almost promo or honum, almost promo kakra just so that they can start it early. But still, still, we have a long way to go. Which
our stakeholders of the game, no.
It's all of us.
Together.
It's all of us.
We need a solution to it.
It's all of us, and we all have a role to play. We as journalists, sports people themselves, the integrity of the game. We need to constantly put it together. That comes together to become a huge part of it.
Because you're a fan. First, they now the you one say, oh, team no Cochrane said who play via or no team no man result.
I also think
now team at the equal to the levels of 4 foreign players do back. Team in your result now so Omunya doing cost stadium.
But Richard, if you see, I get okay. Radio soon to know. Maybe I can't say that word, but a shame bufu kakra. When it is look in Nhyira FM, we took this subject to the next level. A national conversation. Rich, we didn't end it with Nkomodio. We went on to do a certain research. Research we findings. How we collaborated with did a forum, invited sports minister and FA Galka. Which till today,
to the sense you could share for crowds at the moment.
Obi Afrel has Obi Afrel, whether from the ministry, from the FA, and a club level, say, enka opese oba no beji insight on findings, because that will give him practical solutions. Obi anye. Apart from incommodate on radio, where Obeti say communication members of clubs, coaches, players, and say we are 2 and South supporters, na say attendance in what again have they done? They've not done anything. And Rich, look, young come to you, but every problem in Tiango Fonko Stadium, we know. In our research, down because yes, Uncle Fort and Rebium near Melisty and no man Kofosi and Nutina Stadium Kona Yankono. Rich, be bien you be discussed already about Nhyira and you captured in that document. Economic reasons, FIFA also. You are talking about player quality, a woman. Is it about organized support?
Or is it the security?
Is it about stadium, the way it was here, environmental fact? And dear Bena, any research in media barrier. And say from the ministry to the FA to the clubs themselves, or more serious in tackling the issue. Rich, we have at least a foundation paper. I have highlighted problems, any and who solutions. Actually, say at the end, you take it one by one, craft some operations around it, and see whether a normal end starts a 10 Rich, we've gone beyond radio discussion on this subject matter. And to me, I'm not comfortable discussing it anymore. Say a real solution, yeah. Your first subject to every radio so that and what's your action on the grounds and no more and go for a chairman of after the presentation to the Kotoko supporters, they be our shamia or see Ayala, I will want your document. I'm sure chairman some of them be ame say opa ending komo. Yes, Metia says the run up to the elections. I'm a chairman here busy. But Rich, since a chairman we need the election, me on frame that. He has not, and I mean, tell me who ni pay biaka so chairman frame you no say so solution me no mo be. And how are they attempting it?
Intano pay me you need a cool laugh. I was at church as a movie say the attendance no encouraging. Yate lawyer Safuduku oka. Me say I'm want me referee game. The last house game at home ever crash posted. Draw. I think no baby any Go Stars.
Yeah, Go Stars. Yeah.
So game no boss 2-2.
2-2. Yeah.
Has baby any Go Stars. Has a unbeaten this season in the Premier League. Obian show standing Poco last season. I think Has is on around 10 to some 11 matches unbeaten. Has about a big game. It's a baby and Go Stars. Stadium empty. Obian question. In some way, a life was some pa and can find it here. Nobody wants to gather around and say, let's have solutions. Then I presentation war Accra. Ora Kujofiano, then Gaka chairman, was there. Ora Kujofiano was involved in all the discussions we had on Joy FM, in Shy FM, Babia. Your real program, no? 1 or 2 course oil, we will sit down and we will ABC. Mr. Ansa, Ababe overtaking as the Gaka chairman now. What have they done?
Gaka no. Still now, clubs
they are functioning. It is because they are not doing anything. Enrich me.
Gaka, some for the welfare of the class.
One way on, so say you would take no crack canoe to a bigger level. Why have been teaching on call for now? So look, even institution is a swag. Rich, since swag existence as Sports Writers Association, catch me one advocacy in sports or my Yabapa Kobana Boam. Catch me one advocacy. I say, sa campaign with you, it was led by swag. And I changing the narrative. It is not there. And I find it very, very difficult. Say, yeah, this person command. It's as if we are expecting too much change, but we do too little for that change. Yeah, Kasana. Look, and then when I was listening to Fifi One Laugh, I picked a certain policy. They are saying, say, and it is true. Rich, say to say the reality of Ghana football today. Yenisi Kenti Abaya feeder clubs to work money, Ali Benghazi money, Simba money, those clubs in the are. They're rich. What do you see when Obia ne I don't want to use philosophy. Ni model. How they running a club? I say what is the fundamental principle? Long-term contracts. Because all funny back on him say, oh no, a bed in part to hold on to, sir, any pay when obey jewela. Say, or policy no be nicer. On him say, on to me maintain on the club.
And youth development, and say, and
say, if any the reality from every management meeting be a club be a kubia. And I say, we don't have enough resources, Sika, and we're leaguing to hold on to Samba Ona Albertamua Mukwala Mone Omo Sanimua. Then, Rich, it must give you the direction of your policy. For you to know, say, and you're free necro, you sign players 2 years BM. You sign players 3 years BM because we need to go long-term contracts. Say, in the process of polishing you, say, Oswabana, we will still have 2 years B. We will still have more than 1 year B to find clubs. I want negotiation power. To reinvest in our club. Rich, what if you saw so? Clubs B say FC Porto. Club B said Dortmund. Club B said Norgeland. Club B said Real Sociedad. Rich, what is so much I play 2 years there? Insida. Say. When Chelsea buy or changing the face of the model, not to say we want to build a young squad a year for the future. Rich, what is a Chelsea assigned player every 2 years now?
5, the least.
So your reality, your analysis informs your policy. And now me know say Peter Amiduakwa, Samba O'Neil, Ablo, the others. Omunyina contract. Kotoko asweti Mo Kamara. Contract you are nesa. And they are only playing, some of them are only playing their second season. But contract ne who? And unim. And your place no much more. But Rich, the fact of the matter is they say, how much Kotoko L2 Musisiano? It doesn't build their future for them. And make us say their agents are Omakache Ona say, Masa, Bona Uwe. Me do Tanzania.
Man, Jama, Ukraine, 10,000.
You get it?
But how ya?
So me do Rwanda. Me do Ethiopia. Wait, countries time bobo dio. And you say me do Chemukala, me do Algeria, Egypt, and India. Usika ubecheno. Ode to dia woji wa hanu. Aka say the allowance bi na woji. Rich, why na yin nipa? Sa situation we okumwa. Se nyanya atwom na ye be ye already so a. Ubeka che nipa ko ne say ontena no more club ne ma.
Na players mu league ni nche. Na mu ya na mu tukan na mu nsua de na players ko no onyere.
But
that
is why Kotoko have to look out for their interest. Meaning na me catch need that cause 2 years as 4 years as a more can. I remember about a year or two ago I said this thing here. So you can't sign a player contract for 2 years. Rich. Oh, I think I will sign player contract 2 years. Do we know 2 years? 2 years they 24 months pay. 24 months pay.
And even in football seasons,
and player be crowd sign and I know be
yeah. And you see that
I even money you mukade. The unse fifi so what to say? You say Abetama go sign 2 years. Every year be our gise. Their football season is 10 months.
Yeah.
10 months. 10 months a year. So it's about 20 months.
Yeah.
About 2 years.
Yeah. So you can imagine, Rich, and the uncertainties with football. You mentioned injury. Imagine, it is not enough. I always say this thing. It is not enough. The problem is that, Rich, the BS can. You see, that's I keep on saying this. And then I'm be saying that. So you don't buy most of the Kotoko boys from abroad. Otomufria. A Kromasi Kotoko of power in terms of salary. That all of these people. And Mika was surprised. Sekotoko will be 4,000 cities. One man assigned 2 years. Hey, Rich, do you know the number of workers that get 4,000 cities in this country? I'm not saying it's okay, but when you are getting this rich, Jume Bia, Uko Jume Bia, Nipa no for money himself, old company of about 8,000, or about audience of about 10,000. We HR 10,000, 2,000 cities, or double 100%. It also bano. Do that when the pana commit general. Not for general money 4 years. 4,000, 5,000, decent amount of money. But in Sahono, put a clause somewhere, a +1, where about to be 4 years. Now make sure because I heard Frederick Asai went for free.
Go free.
Sat down, watch Frederick Asai to go for free. We sat down. Richmond Lamptey went for free.
Yeah,
yeah. 0 Ghana cedis
free.
0
Ghana, yeah.
And you're talking about players from the national team, so limit to just 3.
Yeah.
Frederick Asai on your national team. It's now on the CV, so Mukola no about national team on the CV, so Richmond Lamptey go AFCON now on the CV, so
you don't allow that to happen
because I'm contract are very
Rich into 6 months into it. Rich me say Chelsea Kepa Arrizabalaga had 1 year. Omo catch and say before you go on loan. You see sometimes people say oh Chelsea money omo year no more year the born any ade. Omo uncle Raheem Sterling. You sign an extension before you go. Do you know what they did to Benjamin Chilwell? Okache Benjamin Chilwell say all right off the contract later unless Benjamin Chilwell go and play for Strasbourg. Any 0 because he Tioka Uji sign on fees. And the last time on Twitter somebody was asking every player in the world will take some level of sign-on fee. and you automatically get the mouse. Boom.
The more
all of these things you take. It's because you look out for its interest because say maybe a play agent. That's why sometimes the emotional argument will not hold. Because play agent, like I like saying, he's looking out for the player. Or no player in the year they don't pay.
I bet I'm on a salary here, say 2,000, right? 20,000.
20,000 is about 200,000 guys.
I brand hey,
Origin every month.
$20,000.
Yes. 10 months. Yes, origin 10 months. Imagine the amount of money.
So to me, no 1 month salary no.
Odi Eradin na do
assistant brabo.
Rich Eradin na do na say scan. Odi onjin for 3 years. 1 month e bia betimi say fie for na dey aden betwetwe but you onjin for 3 years consistent. His life has changed.
And may rev say 2 years now was sign from 20,000 or around a second year na still.
Or the extra.
Or but or 25.
Another 500 sabe.
Yes, now Rich you see.
Wait a minute, me try no before we to aso no. When me say me ni play bia me money din. Okobo sa area ho no na me ni din komo. O say Rich. No salary won from san kan. Oh yeah. Because sa mo bo game bia. We ni bonus ni ade no.
Ona graba o. $10,000.
We also do our team run. O TV show say no. Challenge no bobo pa 20,000 no dey acho kwa. To salary no unkon. It will be fear next kind of more.
So the handlers of Kotoko should look at the interest of Kotoko. That's all.
Yeah, no. We are not saying here, say, Omo handle Kotoko, Omo handle house. Omo right in the thick of managing football clubs. No. Omo are incompetent. That is not what you are saying.
No.
Because I thought they be on rich. Say open situation now. Not what's na negotiation table no so da. It is different from sitting in the comfort of air condition.
Sure.
Now what can one say? Yes. And me, I always recognize that. So sometimes the area you know are too comfortable. But when you are there, it's difficult. But what we are saying is Rich, yeba brabo ku enimu nyina no na abrabo e kire enyansa na mayen lessons bia ebema yetimi take better decisions in the future enti no kra ebi atama ye fa sambo na ye fa ablomo ye fa players no. The reality is that because you are not even paying them $10,000 almost and tiasia ma won sign almost 4 years yet tiasia. But what we are saying is that you're too consistent. Say, Rich, you need to continue. Your players, no, dream say, try and change. Try and change and no. Rich, at a time of blow no. Yeah, dear platform na ma yamomu training pitch, yamomu baby ada, yamomu matches abo, yamomu Jesse Nashe, ya build omudino. Time o maso aba pa no. That time no more contract na wu. No more ko. Enti it doesn't have to be a case to case situation. Say a policy dia. Then a policy. Enti o project am a player, for instance, Kotoko Samba we. Whoever recommended Samba to Kotoko. When they started negotiation you tell him
the policy ni.
Yeah, do ba Kotoko. Ba Kotoko na me do ko no. Even say me akosi apiampo na me de wo kwa. Say me meeting the Kotoko border. Minti me go kan chom so me hu play bi po ni bobo ye friend Samba. Ye scout na recommending my omno no me sign 2 years. Samba, I hold the wo ko no. The policy is that for even players at say wo no. Ukwa won't mean sign less than 4. Into would you tum dia then we move. Say one yen tum dia because Rich ye twe mutaya. We will get 1 or 2 exceptional cases. Me jetum. But say a policy there, we can be rest assured about 80% of the squad now work to any has any other clubs no will have the least 4-year contracts. So Sadia, we know so after 2 years.
Even in all of that, Kwano, we can also be creative for foreign players. Say try foreign players on sign 4. It be more 3+1, but it's in the contract say Obo first or now say half of the contracts now. all of us have to decide. Who better than us? Yeah. So once now, from at this time, they will start your estate.
We
need to be creative.
3220 83581 83582 83583. Yashunju niyama bibire nso betimi aba na odo adwenche no edi abaye peke aye mo course no momra na mo mechema gina fie nso ma abiwa ento aso. Hello. Yes sir.
Baba, hello.
Ya Joso.
Wa this year na be wine. Asanti be kwai. Asanti se ya se na baka de na champion. Play papa then jam the same year. Baba, we go to the party no. Obi anya ade person see the be no be ha na be papa. O ya dia na team dia be ton no ko. Ahu. Ti kon ta do kana. Ke san be 3 years and 4 years. Now so if you understand the answer, I will be able to come to say. If you don't have a lot of the foreign country, they are the turn. The water you understand 50% of the contract. No, what the team no. What are the top in the Abua? Now we are talking about the minister. If you are part.
That's it. Yeah, that's him for. Hello.
Champion Richardo.
Yes, sir.
AKA Mayu Aye. Navatana and Yakusu.
Anane.
Bosu.
Avu de ma anyi league ni de anu anu no.
Oh, na say league le say Arsenal kwa ye man kwa be bo league kwa ye regy league.
Yo ya ti.
Na fi de say mu da ho.
Ati.
Oh, na fi ye ti medi eti a. Ma yu ma so ya. Ma yu say o ma practice. O e dia kurukuru o meti atwe. Na na we choose su dia fi top 8 kwa mum dem. E ti afi dia league be Arsenal no bia mo mu share. Na the 10 set na big match ba so baba yara. E ni kwa kwata boys no ti. It's not the more densu. It's not any day when Piazza tried to bob to Kalala net. And the fasting in Ayaka boys making. That's the work a year from man and intercept for a group. And at the start of Bayam, as far as you are born home away and reach the see it's not the Bayan Ayaka boys making at your conclusion. And that's what's not. Papa, the gunners.
Okay. Ati. Hello.
Richard.
Yes, sir.
Patomidiani Joel. We don't do a mark of them. The Bible says, "I may have seen a man out of the comb to say, draw no yes, throw my moon semi." So say, I may have much an ever bone. Because I said, I yet dance. I got call the end because we are sure when we're missing entertainment. Why the question? Yaminka only your farm.
That's it. Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you go what media people. Adaroma, you may tell you that Dr. Alaji Mahmoud Yana for the Bamba. Ricardo, Yamaya Duma, Mark, Corpotone Carrera, United, give Mark Protocol, say, Mantiano, what I could issue, in fact, a Bukotoko support this Nina, and they are out to update them. Yamaya Duma, and he had the very good his friends said, what? Na obetini apo ya no mo ya fun flam ana le timu na enye ye be se support se be build bia ya me na mo chara na the 2 o'clock it's about 2 days now they sit now be go to come Kaya United we did it 3 points we get dia and you da so ba and we are going to go Mike asante we secretary ba
Mate be da se yem fa foforo. Hello.
Jam.
Yes sir.
Thank you me do ya Adama.
Okay. Now, dear Gina, who knows supporters the moon costed you? Conquer, home, conquer.
Now, why you operating to actually wrong?
There be operations, you baby operations.
Yeah, operations ready. Yeah. Ricardo, no Chelsea. I said, we are going to make a short chance. Not Manchester, Zumaya. Now, so go to your Timmy and Nakoto. I'm going to Papa.
That's it. Evan Escola. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I think you come with something. What do you mean?
And council.
Hello? I don't think you come up for your word,
Amos.
Papa, and tomorrow. I thought about when you are so much, Papa, and come. Could you come professional Santa Catacoma from the back? What you Papa, we're going to coach me and put it for. They do how was any, and yes, and you will at all. Papa, you cannot play.
kɔtɔkɔtɔ mu no ɛyɛ akoma ka deɛ yɛsɛ ɛntumi na ɛne ɛyi nti bɛsi kɔmpɛnifɔ ne ɛbi wɔ ha yɛsɛ di na asante ne ɛbɔnia ɛnyɛ sɛ wɔn tuma ne sɛ yɛnyɛ sika no so a yɛnyɛ tumi no tumi ne sɛ ɛfa nsɛm ha
mate yɛda se Evanes Kola. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Saya baba baka sepira to sam ka kuru. Sira as for as coach no. Draw na de jemme bla na baka. Draw na de sira ma. Se match we so mo wi na mai enti manje. Ana cha so ba sa wi. Ana cha madam for atesa for banana. Nchi na wa fa so sam kan.
Mate. Yɛda se yɛmfa last caller na last caller crowd afi yen sorry ma abem ha news team no and take over menim say ne na chairman Louis MPP chairman awo Manchester ne papa nase na ye no eba so na yen sorry hello
Richard
yes sir
Richard Patola and this service asta Richard awejia dia kan tuda ori afolabi obuti opa na namo na tusha ki yedi Richard na obi zabinia dan ko ise on kwa kan gore bo bebo
on konkan
Richard ze ejina ko yan gari inti program na kinya mfe so ada se ibi eze ibi tiri ibi fre
enkan ade so enkan di bi brama no magumaze
oh abana awana no edu ensa wo mo no ma emma obedie kakra
na cancer we
ma se bebo be pansa na ba yeble but all the thing no na ma show ni de Richard as for players you better match we can see already because over coach Didi Dramania ejumani de obo so ati ase obo akabu no so you need to do any good start see na ke say straight win but ko see do no ya no so woni your friend say the very good start for ma swording and on better take no but mu Didi wo Manchester Academy say Didi Dramania Didi am ya na e go for no go mo ni ma sia obu so fire ka kese no what you nga
kotoko for no
but they don't see the idea so am ba mo so fire ka kese ni e share mo I know much attention na ka to toy why because the fire ka kese na akoba na o say supporters no ma so bibi na mo ye jama no mo shiyo no mo ye we enu ti e share o dia de nye ba mo sha attention na ka o wada ko jati en ku sie ni be tie ba why
entry for frefobia ebiem from Nhyira Fatilo
Richardo the way birthday boy and what drip in the annual no
boss as obiama ni skano no
drip
akoje
drip dase Richardo ma me from mani chirimo apromase na me we she international momi Mama Evelyn Asamoah ene momi birthday ene momi enya 55 good years to international momi happy birthday to Yakupon Shao no koswa no onyo kese do lu sabe so bia ewade ma nye kama pa entum fama wanka sawo na kofi oba kofi na buso nyina esem fe nhire fam so na me show happy birthday international Mama Evelyn Asamoah na me for many chimo Central Police Station na me shi Inspector Susanna Nyame and Inspector a birthday na referee AICO2 appear perpetual jemfua our Ghana Immigration Service Ashanti Regional Command edum osime fe nhire fam so na me show happy birthday kupon show no koswa no onyo kese do sabe so bia everade emma nye kama pa intum fama Inspector Susanna Nyame happy birthday to you
Ajefu edmasi sorry na abos dignity me no abenwa birthday boy
Richard
Brian befa ayi mic we na